Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another live broadcast here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We are in Brenham, Texas, where it should be a dandy one on tonight. The number 6 ranked Blinn Buccaneers will be taking on the number 4 ranked Tyler Apaches from Brenham, Texas. And I am joined with Mr. Andre Davis, and Mr. Kendall Cobb is en route. But meanwhile, we have the quite capable, she's not going to say much, but the quite capable, Miss Jordan. How you doing, Andre?
I am doing excellent, Mike. I mean, words cannot describe how excited I am for this ball game. 2 top 10 teams playing tonight. I mean, this is going to be an excellent game. I'm excited. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, look here, man. It is one of these, the billing. Coach Mahan has made it perfectly clear that if the Bucs can find a way to beat these Apaches tonight, they pretty much will be writing their ticket in the Southwestern Division of the National Junior Collegiate Athletic Association. I know that's a mouthful to say, but they would be writing their own ticket, and it is going to be a tall order, but an order that I think the Bucs are quite capable of handling tonight.
Absolutely, and they're going to be led by 3 guys in particular that I feel like is going to help them achieve that goal. The running back, the man himself, Mr. Carlos Grace.
That man again.
That man again, Mike. I believe we had him for our post-game report when we was here last time. That man is going to be doing pretty much the dirty work for the Bucs on offense, along with the quarterback, the freshman, Devin Williams, and along with, we cannot forget the Ohio State commit himself, the beast, as I like to call him,
yes.
Antoine Jackson Jr.
Mr. Man.
Mr. Man.
That's right. Grace comes in with an average of 115 yards per game, although he only had 88 yards his last time out against Kilgore, but they did get the victory. Now, I know, Dre, off the air, you and I were talking about it, where you thought because of the sluggish play by the Bucs that it may have hurt them in their national ranking, but they actually fared out in just about the same spot.
Absolutely, and honestly, I'm actually glad that it did not hurt them. Sometimes I do not like the system of a ranking. Sometimes, you know, when you're ranked in at least in the top 10, and you're facing a team that's not even ranked in the top 25, and if you don't beat them by a large portion, a lot of times they may hurt you in the rankings. But as you just mentioned, even though they only beat Kilgore by the score of, I believe it was 24-14, that still did not hurt them. They're still coming in this game ranked number 6, so that's excellent, along with Tyler that's coming in ranked at number 4 as well.
Well, look, man, a win is a win.
Absolutely, it is a win.
So either way I get it, it does not matter. And speaking of the top 10, we'll quickly go over the top 10 for the NJCAA for junior college football. Number 1 is East Mississippi, of course, out of Mississippi. Number 2 would be Arizona Western out of Arizona. Number 3 will be Holmes out of Mississippi. Number 4, the Apaches of Tyler, who are here tonight. Number 5 will be Snow out of Utah. Number 6, the Blinn Bucs. Number 7 will be Lackawanna. They are located in Pennsylvania. Number 8 would be Trinity Valley, who the Bucs have no problem in handling. And number 9 is Iowa Western out of Iowa, of course. And number 10 right now would be the guys out of Central Lakes out of Minnesota.
Yes,
that's
sir.
the top 10 right now. We'll probably try to cover the bottom 10. Well, the bottom half of that top 20 if we get a chance later on.
Yes, sir. And when you got 2 teams facing each other that are in the same division, the Southwestern Division of the Junior Collegiate Football Conference, that being the Blinn Buccaneers and the Tyler Junior College Apaches, I am certain that this is going to be a very physical ball game, Mike, because there's just a lot at stake at this game. As you mentioned before during our intro, there's a lot at stake at this game. The Blinn Buccaneers are trying to write their ticket to the playoffs, as well as the Tyler Junior College Apaches as well.
The Tyler Apaches are standing in the way of Coach Mahan and the Bucs of claiming their conference title.
Yes, sir.
Let's be honest about it, not trying to get too far ahead. You still have some ball games left, and all the games are of significance. But right now, this is the last of the Achilles heel. Of course, if you do what you have to do, then you shouldn't have a problem. But you got to take care of the Apaches first, and the rest would be somewhat smooth sailing for the Bucks.
Absolutely. And you mentioned the play of Carlos Grace on their last victory against Kilgore, even though he only had 82 yards rushing, but it was off of 22 carries, Mike. That means he was only averaging 3.5 yards a carry. Now I want to ask you, do you feel like the Blinn Buccaneers are starting to get predictable on offense, or do you feel like other teams are starting to game plan a little bit better against the Blinn Buccaneers? Because I'm starting to notice that Carlos is great. Even though he has 461 yards of total rushing yards on the season, his averages are becoming less and less per game.
Well, I don't think that's the case at all, Andre. What you have is Coach Mahan is a plain Jane type guy, if you will. This is what we run. This is what we're going to run. We got to execute, and you got to stop it. So as teams make the adjustments, teams get better each week. And you're going to need that tough inside running that Grace provides as you get toward the playoffs, toward making those runs to compensate. That offensive line is improving week by week. So I'm not just an alarm of a 3.5 average per game. I got a strong feeling that we're going to ride on Carlos again tonight, and he should have another strong, solid performance against these Apaches.
And speaking of Carlos, and as far as, doing what works, it is safe to say the Blinn Buccaneers are known for also mixing things up. There's been a connection between not Carlos Grace, but the quarterback, Devin Wills, along with the wide receiver, Quentin Newton. He has 357 yards receiving through the air. So far in the season, he's been averaging 89.3 yards per game.
Absolutely. Williams is going to be the essential key. Coach Mahan talked about it, how he has been becoming a better manager. Now, remember, he was a freshman starting things off, and after the first couple of games in the season, you're no longer a freshman. You are now a collegiate ball player. Put your big boy britches on. Let's go out here and get it done.
And we've seen them put their big boy britches on so far here throughout this season. It seems like they're kind of playing with that fire, as you mentioned before. When we was here last time they played Training Valley, some of these guys came out with just that aggression that normally I normally haven't seen before, just in junior college football alone, as these guys are definitely trying to write their ticket to the next level.
Well, when you get down to it, Andre, football is football, whether it's high school, junior college, Division I, Division II, NAIA, the principles are going to apply on whatever level you want. I got to be able to tackle. I got to be able to block. I got to be able to run. I got to be able to have some type of toughness within me. So regardless of the level, throw all that out the window and let's have some football.
You really just took the words right out of my mouth, Mike. I'm glad that you mentioned that, because going back to the fundamentals, I feel like a lot of times when we get to the certain levels of the game of football, sometimes we kind of forget the fundamentals in terms of blocking, tackling, things that you learn from when you first start in Pee Wee football, those mental things that you develop in Pee Wee football that you want to carry with you when you get to junior high, when you get to high school, when you get to college, even if it is junior college, as you're trying to write your ticket to the higher collegiate level. But getting back to those fundamentals, that's one of the things that I really enjoy watching when I watch football, whether that be high school football or collegiate football, or even at the professional level as well.
Absolutely. And once again, you can't overemphasize that I could run a 4.5 40. You could run a 5.1 40. The bottom line is, can I catch? Can I tackle?
Yes, sir.
Can I follow the assignments of the coaches? Am I coachable? That is what's boiling down, and that's what's going to be the difference between success and failure. We're not talking about how many points I score. Can I be a productive team member, which more than likely is going to make me a productive member of society?
Coaches, I've learned that even when I played the game of football as well. A lot of coaches I grew up with, they didn't care about how fast you are and everything like that, but can you do the little things right in terms of, knowing your assignments, knowing your blocking assignments, being at the right place at the right time. If you can do all those things, if you can be coachable, that's one of the things that I've noticed that coaches have always told me as a player. If you can be coachable, I can help you along the way, and I can help you develop those other aspects of the game as well.
Were you coachable, Dre?
I was always coachable. I was definitely coachable. Now, I maybe was a little hothead at times because, that kind of comes with the territory.
Yes, sir.
I was a hothead at times, but I was definitely coachable. That's one of the things that coaches have definitely said about me from the time I started playing when I was 3 all the way up until my senior year in high school. I was definitely coachable.
All right, then I'm going to have to just take your word for it. Meanwhile, we will go.
You don't believe me?
I didn't say that. I said I'll take your word for it. We're going to go with the rest of the top 20 in the National Junior College Association. At 11 is Mesa out of Arizona. Number 12 will be Butler out of Kansas. Number 13 is going to be got a little tied up here. Is going to be Independence, okay,
yes,
out of 13. And then we have number 14, Georgia Military. 15 is going to end up being the Monroe Group, Monroe College out of New York. Number 16 is going to be Lewisburg out of North Carolina. Number 17 is going to be Northwestern out of Mississippi. And number 18 is going to end up being Dappage out of Illinois. 19 is going to be Scottsdale out of Arizona. And 20 is Hutchinson out of Kansas. And that's going to round out the top 20. As we mentioned, Blinn is number 1 right now in their conference, as you got the announcement about the toss. So we're getting ready to go from there.
Yes, sir. And speaking of teams are out on the coin toss as we speak, number 50, Clayton Woods, along with the quarterback, number 6, Devin Williams, number 40, Jalen Cooper, and the guy himself, the big man, the beast, number 4, Antoine Jackson Jr., Mike.
Mister.
Yes, sir.
So we've been talking about this color scheme of the Apaches. Officially, they say that they're black and gold. Depending on who you're asking, that could be considered a rustic gold, a light yellow, but it's not your traditional gold.
It's not your traditional gold, huh?
But we'll take their word for it. It's going to be black and gold tonight. And, of course, the Bucks, and they're all blue as for the symbol of gold blue. Should be an exciting game. As we may mention, Tyler, right now, number 2 in the conference. The winner can write their ticket after tonight.
Yes, sir. Even though Tyler's at number 2, Mike, and Blinn is at number 1, both of these teams come in this game 4-0.
Yes.
Both of these teams are 4-0 coming into this game. They're undefeated. One of these teams is going to walk away with a loss on their record, but this is Buccaneer football right here on the Upper Mike Broadcast Network. So we're going to hope that the Buccaneers can get the job done under the direction of Coach Mahon, the running back Carlos Grace, the quarterback Devin Williams, and the big man himself, Quentin Williams, as it appears that the Apaches have won the toss and they have elected to receive.
It's always an interesting choice. Most teams like to defer to the second half, but then the Apaches do have a pretty strong defense. They're number 5 in the nation as far as defense is concerned. So the Bucks will have their work cut out for them.
And I definitely feel confident about the Bucks being on defense. At first, I definitely have zero problems with that, as, again, they will be led by the Ohio State commit himself, Antoine Jackson Jr. Again, I'm just very excited to be here, Mike. There's nothing like junior college football on a Saturday afternoon as we're broadcasting live from Brenham, Texas.
Absolutely. As the dusk begins to fall, the night lights are on, and they'll be transitioning through, and we'll be transitioning for a great contest on tonight.
Yes, sir. As fans are starting to pour in here at the stadium.
Buck, we're in the Cubs.
The Buck with the Doves. We come up with new slogans every week here for Blinn Buccaneer football right here on the Upper Mike Broadcast Network. And if you would like to become a listening partner, you can visit our website at www.obnradio.com. Again, that's www.obnradio.com. obnradio.com. We've been serving the community since 2002 through faith and athletics, and we are the voice of student athletics.
Yes, sir. You said that so well, man. You said that so well.
You know, you've been drilling it into my head ever since I got started with you about a year ago. Some things just stick.
Some things just stick.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
I have to remember that. I want to remind you folks that Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria, proud supporters of Blinn Buccaneers sports, as well as Bush's Chicken, which should have a representative, Miss Brooke Hall, should meet us here at halftime, as we'll get a chance to highlight and talk about Bush's Chicken. Look like we're ready to get some football on the way, Andre.
Absolutely. Kicking off for the Buccaneers will be number 48, Ryan Buckley. Back to receive will be number 9, Joseph Ward for the Apaches, as this kick will sail out of bounds. So the Apaches will have
they're going to call it as a touchback.
Yes, sir.
First down and 10 for the Bucks. Bucks going from right to left on the dial if you're keeping your geographical status from south to north. Not north to south.
South to north, not north
to south. Yes, sir. So that would be from my right to your left.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Twin receiver set up for the Apaches. Number 7, Nicholas Gerber at quarterback for the Apaches. As he sends a man in motion to the right side, he takes a snap, hands up, throws to his right, and he has a man wide open. That pass complete. Just past the 35-yard line. That's going to be enough for an Apache's first down.
Good execution by the Apaches on that time, just trying to set the tempo. Being on the road, you want to be nice and steady.
It appears that the Apaches are going to go with a no-huddle offense as Herbert takes a snap. He hands off up the middle. Oh, he's going to fake it. He's going to throw it to his left. He has a man. That pass is complete, and he's going to have enough for the first down as we have a flag on the play.
Flag on the play, but an excellent play action that time by the Apaches. Had that aggressive defense of the Bucks leaning one way and came back the opposite way.
Yeah, almost had me fooled up here in the broadcasting booth. That was number 16, Justin Bailey, the receiver on that last play.
It's going to be a block in the back against the Apaches, and that's going to cost them, and that's a good thing for the Bucks.
Yes, sir. We're just getting started here in the first quarter. 14:35 remaining in the first quarter. Apaches moving right to left. Trips to the right for the Apaches. Herbert takes a snap, looks left. He's been flushed out of pocket, and he's going to throw left, and he has a man. That pass is
incomplete. What?
It's going to be complete.
Wow.
To number 81.
Well, it looks like he didn't quite handle it, but I guess he handled it.
Yeah, like he did just enough to get his feet in bounds. And again, the Apaches are going to go with a hurry-up offense as Gerber takes a snap. He hands off at the middle, and he's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. Number 29, Logan Fuller, the running back on the play.
Yes, sir. Good surge by that defensive line for the Bucks to stop the penetration. And the Bucks going to rely on that defense all night long, especially those guys up front.
And you mentioned the momentum for the Apaches trying to get it going early here on the road, and it's going to continue to go with this hurry-up offense. Second down and 9 for the Apaches, moving left to right, ball placed at the 49-yard line. 2 receivers to the left side. Woodson offset to Gerber's left. Gerber takes a snap, looks at throws left. He's been hit as he throws, and that pass is incomplete.
Great pressure again on the front
line.
Oh,
my goodness. And you know who that pressure came from, Mike?
Mr. Man.
Oh, my goodness, the beast incarnate.
Yes, sir.
Number 4, Antoine Jackson Jr. applying the pressure for the Buccaneers. And that's going to bring up third down and 9 for the Apaches.
Well, this is going to be another good time for the Bucks to execute that defense. I want to apply pressure. I'm getting with my guys up front. Don't want to give up anything big right now.
The Apaches have a wingback setup. Number 84, Ronald Killen. Gerber takes a snap. He has a man downfield. He's going to air this along, and that pass is broken up.
Yes. Great defensive play by the Bucks getting back on the cover. It looked like it was going to be a blown assignment, got behind them, but able to regain and knock that ball down for a great defensive stance on the Bucks.
And you can credit that to number 9, Vontae Davis, the freshman, on that play, and that's going to bring up fourth down and 9 for the Apaches.
It should be a good position for the Bucks coming out for the first time tonight.
13:24 remaining here in the first quarter. We are scoreless as number 12, Zachary Smith is back to field the punt, and he's fielding at the 5-yard line, getting past the 10, and he sheds one defender, and he's going to be flattened at the 15-yard line by number 48, Daniel Duggan for the Apaches.
That's what you call a snot knocker right there, man.
Well,
the crowd go, ooh.
Well, absolutely. He spent off one defender, and he didn't see Sluggin right there, right in front of him.
Yeah, he dips it when he should have doodled on that one. Looks like he's going to be all right, though.
So the Bucs will have a fresh set of downs, moving left to right, ball placed at the 15-yard line, first down and 10.
You want to establish a run early for the Bucs.
Absolutely. Twin receiver set up. And Williams hands it off to, he's going to fake handoff, and he's going to get past the 25, and he's going to get past the 30. He's going to be brought down for a huge gain.
Yes, sir. A 20-yard run that time. A 15-yard run.
Yes, sir. That was an excellent fake there by the quarterback, Williams, to Grace on that play.
Grace drawing him in. That's why I say I'm not worried about that 3.5 a game. When you're zeroing in on him, Williams is athletic enough to make things happen.
So the Bucs going to go with a hurry-up offense of themselves, and they're going to hand this one out to Grace up the middle. He's going to pick up 1 yard on the play. That's going to bring up second down and 9, ball placed at the 36-yard line. Bucs moving left to right. Twin receiver set up, and there's going to be a flag on the play, false start against the Bucs.
Yeah, one of the big guys got a little anxious up front and is going to push them back 5, but that's okay. That's okay. You know, everybody has adrenaline that flows. You know, this is a big game, Trey.
Oh, absolutely.
A huge game, and you know, until you get that first series underneath your belt, guys are going to settle in, and that's just part of the growing pain.
And that's what you do as a coach. That's your job. Tell your guys, hey, calm down. Understand the stakes of this game. Calm down. We're fine. Play our game, and everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to.
Absolutely.
So that penalty is going to back the Bucs up 5 yards. We're going to make this second down and about 16. Ball placed at the 31-yard line. Bucs moving left to right. Trips to the left. Grace offset to Williams left. Williams takes another hands off to Grace, and he's going to be brought down for no gain on the play. That's going to be number 49, Timothy Pagafee, on the stop for the Apaches.
And on cue, our brother has made it in. Look like he's safe and sound. Brother Kendall Cobb.
Mr. Cobb.
Get him mic'd up here and make sure that everything is all right with him.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing blessed, Doc. Thank you for introduction part of my arrival, but I'm here now, thank God, and let's get on some Blinn Buccaneer football.
Yes, sir. Williams takes the snap, and he's been flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to take this by himself, and he's going to be brought down just past the 30 at the 32-yard line.
Okay,
so that's going to bring up fourth down for the Bucs.
Fourth down, even though it's early, you're going to, play the odds and everything, put out your kicking unit. But I think they send enough message right now to let them know how they want to attack for the rest of the evening.
Yes, sir, and particularly on that play, the Apaches applied pressure as Williams was trying to air that one long, and he didn't have anywhere to go. He was flushed out of the pocket, so he decided to just take it and get what he can get.
You got to remember, you're playing against the number 5 defense in the nation, and that of the Apaches.
Absolutely.
I believe that's called setting the tone, sir.
Yes, sir.
The punt is up, and it's going to be fielded by Rose, and he's going to take this one at the 25-yard line, and he's going to get past the 30, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds right at the 36-yard line.
So they did a little trickery right there with a reverse punt return.
Yes, it was.
Now, I have a theory about trickery.
Yes, sir.
Anytime you have to revert to trickery, you're not really confident in your guys up front, man.
Really? That's one opinion, Doc, but let me say this much as well. Sometimes you can catch your opponent off guard and flat-footed.
And that's why you call it trick, because you got to catch them flat-footed because you can't beat them square up. That's my own opinion.
Touche.
Well, that'd be first down and 10 for the Apaches. Ball at the 37-yard line. Apaches moving right to left. As Gerber, he looks right, he throws right. He has a man, and this pass is caught. But he's going to lose yards on the play. Pass completed to number 1, Cameron High. And that's going to bring up second and 12 for the Apaches. Ball placed at the 36-yard line. Apaches moving right to left. They're going to go with a hurry-up offense. Trips to the right side. He sends High in motion. Gerber takes a step. He's going to hand it off to High, and he's going to be brought down for a gain of no yards on the play.
That was a hard run, and he paid the price for it with that hit. Right line.
Yes, sir. And it was a reverse play he thought he was going to hand off, but Gerber decides to keep it himself, and he picked up no yards on a play that's going to bring up 3rd down and 11 for the Apaches. Trips right. Gerber, drop back to pass. He's going to step up into the pocket. He has a man downfield. He's going to air this one long, and this pass is intercepted by the Blinn Buccaneers. Yes, sir.
Well, you know he had
number 9, Vontae Davis, with the interception for the Blinn Buccaneers, and the Blinn Buccaneers going to have a fresh set of downs.
The quarterback bought time by scrambling and getting his receivers time to get open, but I guess he just threw it a little too long, and he does double covered.
Yes, sir. Definitely double coverage. He threw it too long. He waited too late. The Buccaneers will have a fresh set of downs. 10:03 remaining here in the first quarter. We are scoreless. Buccaneers moving left to right. Ball placed at the 28-yard line. Twin receiver setup. Grace offset left to Williams. As Williams takes a snap, looks at his right, he throws right, he has a man downfield, and this pass is going to be incomplete.
That was a pretty pass. I mean, he put it on the outside hand of the receiver, and defenders weren't able to really make a play. The safety couldn't come over in time, so nice play, just incomplete.
DeAndre Reed, the intended receiver on the play, is going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
You guys called a barn burner last night. We'll talk a little bit about that later, but you guys called
it. It was
great
definitely
game.
a
It was a great
nail-biter.
game. I was very happy to be a part of that, sir.
Williams takes the snap. He's going to fake the Grace, and he's going to look to his right, throws right. He has a man. This pass is complete, and he's going to be brought down just past the 40, right at the 41-yard line. That's going to be enough for Buccaneers first down.
And, Jim, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but he actually pumped the ball to cause the defender was going to go and do a J.J. Swat. Pumped the ball, chucked it back, and then released later after the.
Yes, sir. That was an excellent fake.
Yes,
that was an excellent fake by Williams on that throw, and that's going to bring up 1st down and 10. Ball at the 41-yard line. Williams takes time. He's going to hand off to Grace up the middle, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, but he kept those legs moving to pick up 3 extra yards on the play.
He did drag the defender, met him at the line of scrimmage. He did drag the defender 2 or 3 yards. So
yes, he did exactly what I wanted Vontae to do yesterday.
Yes, sir.
He's so street moving. He did exactly
We're going to show Vontae this tape. Yes, sir.
So with that last run, it's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Ball right at the 45-yard line.
You can always learn from the next level up, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Grace offset to Williams right. He's going to hand this off to Grace up the middle. He's going to
look at
share one defender. He's going to keep those legs moving yet again, and he's going to rumble and stumble for another Buccaneers first down.
Not only is that great vision, that is great balance. He took a hit, still kept his feet moving forward, north-south. This sidestep and still got many more yards.
This is a tough running back that the Apaches are dealing with. And they're going to hand off to the big man yet again, and he's going to spin off one defender. He's going to pick up 10 yards on the play.
Total back. I mean, he has the lateral movement. He has power. He dipped his shoulder on there. And I don't understand there's a flag. But he dipped his shoulder, ran over, he trucked one defender, and then he still has enough speed to break into the secondary.
I'm going to date myself, and I know you don't know this.
We're in this together, Josh.
But he reminds me of a running back by the name of Barry Foster, who used to run for
Barry Sanders.
No, Barry Foster, who used to run for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow, you shot that above my head, Doc. Barry Foster. What year?
It was in 93 to 90. 90 to 94. He ran.
Okay.
He went to Alabama. Only played 3 years, made his money, and quit playing.
How about that?
And that pass is going to be incomplete. Well, they're going to say it was. Yes, sir. That pass is going to be incomplete. The Apaches wanted a fumble, but just to catch you up, on the previous play, there was a holding call against the Buccaneers, and that backed them up 10 yards. So that last play was 1st and 20, incomplete on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 20 for the Buccaneers. Ball at the 50-yard line.
In the quarterback's face as he went to deliver. It looked as though it was a fumble, but it really wasn't. He did release, and the defender just batted the ball right back to the quarterback, and it went down to the ground.
Yes, sir.
Williams being heads up that time. I don't want this.
Right. Smart move. Yes, sir.
8:30 remaining here in the first quarter. We are scoreless. If you're just now tuning in, the Buccaneers moving left to right. Trips to the left. Williams. And he throws this one. He has a man complete. Past the 40, past the 30, and he's going to be brought down at the 24-yard line.
That is why they tell you to have soft hands as a receiver. You cushion the ball in. Now, he bobbled, but it's because he have hard hands, he's able to keep the ball in the air and then recover.
Buccaneers going to hurry up offense. As he hands this one off to Grace up the middle, he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play.
What you going to say, Doc?
No, I'll just say soft hands, for those who don't understand, is where you cradle that ball into your body versus just being stiff and trying to catch it with your bare hands.
They say choice of words, to cradle the ball.
They say as wide receivers, you got to have soft hands. You can't have hard hands.
Well, if they say you can have speed but can't catch, they make you a DB.
Even though they want DBs to know how to catch, too. Second down is 7 for the Buccaneers. Williams has all day to throw. He has a man. That pass is complete on the sideline. Nice catch by number 8, DeAndre Reed on the play. And that's going to be enough for another Buccaneers first down.
Shoestring catch a la Julio Jones. And speaking of hands that can't catch, remember Ronaldo Nehemiah?
Yes, sir. All the
speed.
Catch a cold butt naked in the last year in the winter.
First down chance for the Buccaneers. They're going to hand this off to Grace. He's going to run to his right, and he's going to make another defender miss, and he's going to be brought down right at the 11-yard line.
Doc, I'm going to bite that analogy. What is that? Couldn't catch a cold?
Couldn't catch a cold butt naked in the middtle of a storm in
Alaska. Wow. I have a mental picture right there. Wow.
7 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. 5-yard gain by Grace. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5. Ball at the 11-yard line. Bucks moving left to right. And
looks like
they're waiting the signal call.
The Apaches on their heels right now.
Yes, sir. 2 receivers to the left. Grace offset to Williams right. Williams takes a snap, drop back to pass, and he has all day to throw. Excellent block by Grace. He's going to air this one long in the back of the end zone, and that pass is incomplete. Number 1, Kedrick Wheatfall, the intended receiver, on the play. I got it. I got it, Mr. Cobb. Not Whitfall, Wheatfall.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he had all day. I mean, if you guys were counting,
yes, sir.
He had all day to throw.
He had all day to throw. That was an excellent block by Grace to get Williams, to extend the time for Williams to get that pass off, but it was incomplete. That brings up 3rd down, and Williams is going to hand this off to Grace up the middle. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
I think the Apaches were expecting Grace to get the ball on that. They almost zoned in on him from the time he received it from the quarterback. So I guess they're going to have to elect for field goal.
Yes, sir. That will bring up 4th down, field goal unit on the field. And attempting the field goal for the Buccaneers will be number 48, Ryan Buckley. It will be about a 20-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up and right down the middle. Awesome. So the Buccaneers will strike first blood here in today's contest by the score of 3-0. 5:49 remaining here in the first quarter.
Now the Bucs score, but you really want to get a touchdown in that situation, and it shows the toughness of the Apaches' defense being number 5 in the nation.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
They're going to have to capitalize on that. We'll take that right now because it does give you an early lead at home, but you want to be able to execute on the big picture down the contest as this contest unfolds.
Doc, you're exactly right. I mean, if you can't, you want to score, but again, this was number 5 in the country, so it's going to be a tough hurdle to get over, but again, I'm sure they'll take 3 over 0.
I'll take 3 over 0 any day of the week, and twice on Sunday.
You definitely want to score if you get inside the 10-yard line. The Buccaneers are able to get inside the 10-yard line. You definitely want to try to get 7 on the board, but as you guys have mentioned, I will take 3 anytime, any place, any day.
Now, here's the only draw I have. I know about to kick off this spread. I would have still just want to line up in a power eye.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, sir.
You and
yes,
me
sir.
both. I preached this last night. I am a power eye person. I'm not a spread person.
Yes, sir. Power eye is fail safe almost. I mean, if you have the personnel to roll grade, do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got Williams, you got Grace, and you can put anyone else back there.
Yes, sir.
Down in the trenches, because that then is about your offense and defensive line play.
You're exactly right, Doc, and that's what it takes.
And this kickoff will be a touchback for the Apaches. 5:48 remaining here in the first quarter. You're just now tuning in. Buccaneers on top of this one by the score of 3-0.
Gentlemen, I don't know if we can call this Death Valley, but I think teams are going to start fearing coming into Cub Stadium here in Brenham, because when they do, they're going to run into a buzzsaw.
Yes, sir.
And since we have time, Go ahead and recognize some of our sponsors.
Boy, you're right on cue, man.
So we would like to recognize Bush's Chicken. Hopefully we'll have them at the halftime.
And Gerber's going to hand this one off to Wilson up the middle, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage for a gain of about a yard on the play.
He was met and pushed back, and again, hopefully have little Bush's Chicken this halftime and go ahead and right out of Brenham, so we're right at home, right in the vicinity.
Yes, sir. They're real close and real good.
There you go. A lot of reels in there, Doc.
Yes,
a lot
sir.
Of reels.
Yes, sir.
2nd and 9 for the Apaches. Ball at the 27-yard line. Apaches moving right to left. And Gerber takes a snap. He looks right, throws right. And he has a man at the 30, and that pass is complete, but he's going to be met immediately. Picked up about 4 yards on the play.
The DB seemed to close the gap. I can't necessarily say he sniffed the play out, but once he recognized the ball was coming to that receiver, he closed that gap. But so by the time the ball got there, he was on the
you're definitely going to have to do that if you're a DB. If you're going to play 7 to 8 yards off the receiver, you're definitely going to have to use your speed and close in on that play as quick as possible.
Yes,
he
sir.
did exactly that. Great job there.
Yes,
and that's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Apaches. Ball at the 30-yard line. Trips to the left. Gerber takes a snap. He's been flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to take this one himself, and he's going to be met right at the first down marker. We're going to see where the spot is, and they're going to give it to him. First down for the Apaches.
Did they give it to him or he earned it?
Good point,
Maybe
Doc.
a little bit of both. Maybe a little bit of both. I was wondering where they were going to put the ball there, but it looks like he got just enough for the first down. Ball at the 35-yard line.
First down on effort.
First down and 10 for the Apaches. He sends a man in motion. He's going to hand this off to Wilson up the middle, and he's going to get past the first wave of defenders. He's going to be met after a gain of 6 yards on the play.
I can't say I saw a push by the Apaches, but there was definitely an opening there because you saw him shoot through that line quickly before he got to the second level where the linebacker was able to take it on because otherwise that defensive lineman was not there.
And that gap was about to close up quick.
Yes,
he
sir.
got in. He got through there just enough time.
Just enough time.
So after that 7-yard run, it's going to bring up 2nd and 3. Ball at the 43-yard line. Apaches moving right to left. 3:44 remaining here in the first quarter. Gerber hands this one off to Wilson up the middle, and he's going to gain 4 yards on the play. That's going to be enough for another Apaches first down.
Yeah, they're moving the chain, so we're going to have to definitely do some things differently defensively. And they are mixing the plays up. I mean, they're running off tackle. They're a couple of throws here. The quarterback scrambled, as you saw, and got the first down, gave up his body on that, as Doc mentioned, earning it. So they're mixing it up a little bit.
And they got the big man, number 84, Ronald Killen, as the kind of the lead backer, if you will. You know, he's kind of set up in that wing T formation, but he's kind of playing like a fullback.
Right, blowing holes.
Absolutely. And they're going to pitch this one off to the right side, and he's going to gain about 3 yards on the play. That was number 28, Shannon Vines, the running back on the play.
And exactly what you just mentioned. As you mentioned, I watched him. He was there to the wing right.
Yes, sir.
They ran his way. He just blew that the end out, and was able to get.
Now, I may be wrong, but it appears that whatever side that number 84, that whatever side that he's lined up on, that's what side that they're going to run the ball on.
That might be the case. Let's check that out as the game progresses.
As we have 2nd and 8 for the Apaches, ball at the 47-yard line, moving right to left. And they're going to hand this one off up the middle, and he's going to be met for a gain of about 2 yards on the play.
I always like to see if the ends stay home and the cornerbacks do their jobs. A lot of times you have a tendency to get sucked in on those little dive plays, and they'll come with a counter, and you'll get caught flat-footed.
Well, it's pretty obvious that both teams want to establish the run on tonight. And with being October ball, the weather is going to play a factor when it shouldn't be a fatigue as the game progresses on.
You're exactly right, Doc. It's cooler temperatures. You're exactly right.
3rd down and 6 for the Apaches. They're going to go empty back setup, trips to the right. As we have 1:58 remaining on the game clock here in the first quarter. Buccaneers on top by the score of 3-0. Gerber takes a stab. He's going to throw this one quickly, and that pass is incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Apaches.
Looks like was that a curl route? It just went a little low.
A sweet potato route.
It was. it was a slant route. It appears that the pressure by the Buccaneers was coming, so Gerber tried to get that one off fairly quickly. The wide receiver was not ready for it.
Didn't come off his break just yet.
Yeah, no sir. He did not come off his break just yet.
That's cause was the defensive line disrupting the timing of that route.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As they practice, you guys know they practice their timing of their routes.
Right. Right.
Ball at midfield, 4th down and 6 for the Apaches. Sickery Smith back to receive the punt for the Buccaneers. As the punt is up, and he's going to wave this one off, and it will be fielded at the 16-yard line. The Buccaneers will have a fresh set of downs. 1:38 remaining here in the first quarter. They're on top of this one by the score of 3-0.
And let's take time right now to recognize some more of our sponsors. We have another local sponsor, Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria.
Yes,
we had
doing the Birdman hands, with rubbing your hands together when he said Mobius. You was rubbing your hands together I know.
I'm just thinking of a deep dish. I know you don't like a deep dish because you're young, but see, a deep dish can feed the whole family.
Yes, sir. You can.
First down and 10 for the Bucs. And he's going to hand this one off the middle. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage as we have a quarterback change. Number 10, Davion Boyd at QB for the Buccaneers.
This is, I guess they're going to, again, they want to mix it up a little bit and keep the Apaches on their heels with a different look.
Yes, sir. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10, ball at the 16-yard line. Number 39, Robert Franklin at tailback.
Guess they're spelling grace, giving him a chance to catch his breath.
Yes, sir. Trips to the left for the Bucs. As he faced this one, Robert, he had a man, but the pass is going to be incomplete.
It looks like he took a shot as he was trying to deliver on that little hitch route?
Yes, sir. Number 8, DeAndre Reed, the intended receiver on the play that's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Bucs.
And this is a must 3rd down. I mean, they're on the 16-yard line. They're going to need to definitely get this first down. Otherwise, it's a punt, and even if they punt, it gives the Apaches great field position.
Right.
Boyd takes a snap, looks left, throws left, and his pass is incomplete, intercepted. Now, it was intercepted by the Apaches. Wow.
That's what you want to avoid, especially deep down in your own territory, is turnovers.
Wow. So the Apaches will have, I believe excellent is an understatement in terms of field position. They're going to have the ball at the 25-yard line of the Bucs, moving right to left.
And this goes back to Doc's point about taking 3 versus 6 or 7. Now, if the Apaches score, they're going to be up automatically.
It tanks the swing, and it's going to add a little pressure, not a whole lot of pressure. But let's see how the defense responds right now on their first big challenge of the night.
No, this is a major challenge. They're almost in the red zone. They're just 5 yards away.
We have 49 seconds on the game clock here late in the first quarter. Gerber sends Wilson in motion. Takes a snap, drop back to pass, and he has a man downfield, and that pass is incomplete. That's the back of the end zone.
That pass is there. I hit off the fingertips of that receiver, and I think by all means he should have taken that ball in.
Well, you know what? It was a good route and a good pass. He just didn't execute, as you mentioned.
Yes, sir.
That when you got to see the ball in with those soft hands again.
There we go.
Ball into your hand.
Yes, sir. And he was isolated, as you see. All the other receivers were at the top of the field, and he was down there at the bottom.
And we have supposed to be the money man.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Twin receiver setup. Wooden takes a snap, drop back to pass. That pass is nearly intercepted. Wow. Off the fingertips of number 3, Dominique Harrison, for the Bucs.
And that was my case, gentlemen.
There you go. Yes, sir.
That's why
they expect DBs to know how to catch.
Come on,
that is crazy. 39 seconds caught earlier to go here in the first quarter.
If you can't catch, make him a DB.
Yeah. 3rd down and 10 for the Apaches. Wooden takes a shot. He's going to hit this one long in the end zone again. That pass is incomplete, but flags on the play. I know what this flag is going to be. Wow.
The defender never turned around. Had he just turned his helmet around,
goodness,
that would not have been a pass.
Right through him. And that's why they tell you as DBs, when the wide receiver looks up, you look up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, sometimes the wide receiver will give you a preliminary look just to throw you off.
Right.
But in this case, that play was long developing. It was a shot end zone, and when he looks up, you look up. You're exactly right.
So pass interference charge against the Bucs. The Apaches will catch a break. As they're going to have this is now going to make it 1st and goal for the Apaches. Ball right at the 9-yard line.
You talk about testing a defense's mettle. This is going to be it.
The man in motion. He's going to hand this off up the middle. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. Number 10, Jaquise Russell, the running back on the play.
Here's a time for that Ohio State commit to go and make a name, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Come
on, big man.
As the clock is winding down, 15 seconds to go here in the first quarter, as the Apaches are 8 yards away from Pater. 3-0 is our score in favor of the Bucks. As Wooden takes the snap, rolls to his right, and he's being pressured. He's going to throw this one. It's going to be incomplete in the back of the end zone. And with that, our first quarter has come to an end. Buccaneers on top of this one by the score of 3-0 as the Apaches are knocking on the door. Andre Davis, Mr. Kendall Cobb, and the man himself, Dr. Mike Prince.
Well, another quarter under the belt for the Bucks. They're holding on to a 3-0 lead as they flip sides of the field. The Bucks are going to have to execute, take advantage of opportunities. We laughed about it, but what a blown opportunity earlier with the interception right there in the defender's hand that could kill this momentum. Then you get the pass interference, what would have been a 42-yard field goal attempt. Now you're resetting the tempo, and you're keeping this group, this Apache group around, and you don't want to do that with a team that's ranked as high as they are in the nation.
You're exactly right. You don't give anyone, you don't want them lingering around. You want to put them away if you can and not let them linger about in your red zone. And again, it's too close to comfort. And speaking of comfort, Hexair Comfort Solutions.
Mike, I love this transition. This transition is awesome.
We're located in Cypress at 22803 Shield Road. Contact Hexair Comfort Solutions for any and all of your comfort needs.
Yes, sir.
Very good. He is the man.
He is the
with
man.
With the plan. Kendall Cobb. And man, let me say this, too. Let me say this. Officer Kendall
Sergeant
Cobb. Okay, good. If you don't say it, say it right. I know that's right.
Say it right.
but that just goes to show. We'll talk about that later on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's a human, too, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
police officers, sergeants are humans, too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we had a quarterback switch, guys. Number 12, Brenham Wooten, is a quarterback for the Apaches here to start the second quarter. It was number 7, Nicholas Gerber. For number 12, Brenham Wooten will be the quarterback for the Apaches. Their teams have switched sides at the top of our second quarter. Third down for the Apaches as we're going to have false start
receiver at the
against
top.
the Apaches.
He got a little happy. He might have been getting the ball. You know, a lot of times like, hey,
that's an interesting call. That's an interesting call, Mr. Cobb. You know, when you know, and I'm an offensive guy, and I know when your play is called, you get anxious. Sometimes you kind of jump when you're not supposed to. When you know you're about to get the ball, you just kind of give it away.
Yes, sir. So say, son, go sit down.
So even though that's going to back up the Apaches 5 yards, there's still going to be 3rd and goal. The Apaches must score here on this drive.
They don't have to score.
Well, they don't have to score, but they must score.
Wide
first down. And he's going to connect with his man, and he's going to fumble. He fumbled. And a fumble on the break. Broke the play. Look, he picked up. Right there. Buccaneers, he's getting past the 20.
He's gone. He's gone.
He's gone. He is gone. 50. And, my goodness. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. My goodness.
What a play.
Wow.
So they hit a little pass to the left.
Yes,
the
sir.
receiver starts running towards the goal line. He fumbles right before the goal line. And you take it from there, Brent Andre.
Number 9, Vontae Davis on the fumble recovery for the Buccaneers, 14:38 in the second quarter. Wow.
And he runs
the Buccaneers will have a fresh set of downs, momentum swinger in this ball game.
Absolutely.
I was about to say, he scared for 65 yards.
that was a touchdown saving tackle. He had the big man, Antoine Jackson Jr. was in front of him, just moving defenders out the way. He was moving defenders out the way.
Amazing.
Well, that was that big turnaround that the Bucs needed on the defensive side. They answered that call.
Hold the phone, guys. I believe they called a block in the back against the Buccaneers.
Doesn't matter. They still have possession.
Yes, sir. Nonetheless, it will be Buccaneers' possession, but instead of having it on the other side of the 50, they're gonna have the ball at the 27-yard line.
That is okay because the threat is gone.
Yes.
They've eliminated the threat. They now have the ball again. They can drive 72 yards to make it happen.
Now, if I'm Coach Mahan, I know this might sound premature. It's easy for me to say this sitting up here in this booth. I'm going to go for a big play on this first down.
Actually, I agree. I totally agree because, again, you just shifted. You just got the ball back. and you catch them flat-footed, they would expect you to go for a money shot right. From the stop.
First down and 10 for the Bucks, moving right to left. Ball placed at the 27-yard line. Trips left. Williams hands this one off to Grace, and he's going to be brought down at the gain of a yard on the play.
Yeah, it looks like the receivers streak down the field. I don't know if the offensive coordinator is just trying to get a look and see what the defensive backfield is doing, what the safeties are doing. But
now, guys, you mentioned it going long. Don't be surprised to see a play-action fade here on this drive.
Well, but what I'm saying, on that first down, I know what Grace is going to do. Apaches are expecting that. And when you're playing a top-ranked team like that, sometimes you got to play a little chess, cat and mouse game.
And that's where the play-action fade would come in handy.
It would.
Second down and 8 for the Bucks.
Look at that.
They're going to hand it off to Grace up the middle.
Look at that.
He's going to get past the 50, the 40, the 30, and he's going to be brought down out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
Gentlemen, Grace just got all that real estate right back that they lost on the block in the back.
Coach said we don't need no trickery. We have Carlos Grace. We don't need to chunk it down deep because we have Carlos Grace. We're going to keep feeding him the ball. They did exactly that. A huge game by Carlos Grace.
That's a famous line.
Yes, sir.
Badges. We don't need no stinking badges. We got Carlos Grace. What you talking about? Trickery. We don't need no stinking trickery.
I know that's right.
Grace.
I know that's right.
First down and 10 for the Bucks. Williams takes a snap. He's going to air this one long.
Yes.
And the pass is incomplete. Put a flag on the play.
Once again, gentlemen, defender does not turn to look for the ball. All he has to do is turn his head and engage, and he will not be called.
There's your deep ball, Mr. Prince. There's the deep ball you was waiting for.
Well, I'm a pound and ground type guy now.
Me too.
Don't get it wrong, but I was just saying when they're anticipating that, sometimes it's good to keep them off balance.
No, and exactly right. That very first play, if you go for a shot. Again, I alluded to this last night, Andre, with Sean Payton in the Super Bowl when the Saints came out and did the onside kick, got the ball back. That was a tremendous momentum swing when it came out at halftime. So expect the unexpected.
They did. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All I was going to say was New England, Seattle Super Bowl. I'm done. Run the ball.
Right.
Run the ball.
Yes, sir. Those throws going to hurt you.
Yeah, run the ball.
So a pass interference charge against the Apaches. That's going to bring up first and goal for the Bucks.
Was that Malcolm Butler sniffing out?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Absolutely.
Close it out for him.
Trips to the left. Grace offset to Williams left. We have 13:26 remaining here in the second quarter. 3-0 is our score. The Buccaneers are 10 yards away from pay dirt.
Knocking on the door.
Williams takes a snap, fakes it to Grace, looks to his left, and he has a man in the back of the end zone, and it is caught for Buccaneers touchdown. Number 1, Kedrick Weekball. Kedrick Weekball on the reception for the Buccaneers.
And he was wide open. I don't know if they went a little rub route, but he was wide open in the back of the end zone. It's like the defenders didn't even realize that he had snuck behind them.
Yes, a miscommunication by that secondary of the Apaches.
Clearly.
Miscommunication. But nonetheless, we will take it.
Yes, sir. We will take it every time.
Once again, that was set up by the play action as well, though. Great.
The play action that I mentioned before. Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Credit.
And I got to share this. This has nothing to do with football, but last time we were here, gentlemen, I left 2 tops here, and guess what? They were still here.
They're still here.
So I'm very grateful.
Yes, sir.
Well, hold on, guys. They're going to say that
what
wasn't a touchdown.
Was he out of the back of the end zone?
I believe he was out of the back of the end zone. They did not give it to him.
It is first down still.
And they're going to hand this off to Grace up the middle, and he's going to be met after a gain of he just got enough to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
That's a tremendous turn of events.
Well, had everybody fooled. The band started playing, and people were cheering. We were celebrating. Right. And they said, hey, shut the door.
Right.
So second and goal for the Buccaneers, moving right to left. Encroachment. And I believe this penalty is going to be charged against the Apaches.
We'll take half the distance.
Yes, sir.
As the Buccaneers went with a hard count on that play.
Looks like they worked that to their advantage. I mean, again, if anything gets you closer to your goal is great, and that they worked that swimmingly.
12:54 remaining here in the second quarter. 3-0 is our score. Buccaneers with the possession, moving right to left. Ball placed at the 9-yard line.
You guys didn't realize I watched a lot of BBC TV. I use swimmingly. That's an English term.
Yeah. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Williams, we need more educated people in the world.
Williams hands this off to Grace up the middle, and he's going to pick up no yards on the play. Met at the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up second down.
It seems
third
that
down.
they've
Check
gotten a little more
down.
conservative here.
You took the words out of my
red
mouth.
zone.
Exactly. They took the shot, and they had the whatever happened that didn't happen with the touchdown in the back of the end zone. Now they've gone very conservative.
Buccaneers are going to go trips to the left. Grace offset to Williams' left. Ball at the 9-yard line. Buccaneers moving right to left. Williams takes the snap, hands this off to Grace up the middle, and he's going to be met yet again. This time he's going to lose a yard on the play.
I'm very surprised. I mean, are they trying to go just a single ball for the field goal? I mean, again, that was 3rd and 10.
Well, here's the deal. You got a short field to work with. Okay. Well, you hear from the fans, some of the Buck fans say, pass the ball. But it's easier to say that sitting in the stands and in the booth. But you're playing to win. This is a huge game. You're already in scoring position. You got a strong kicker. I don't want to turn it over. I just got it off a turnover.
True.
I'm going to get the ball back at half.
But, Doc, I was just simply thinking if you just put all your receivers, like go trips right, put one guy at the bottom of the screen, the bottom of the field, and isolate him with that defender and throw it in the corner of the end zone, if he doesn't get it, it goes out of bounds.
So then the kick is up, and it is good. 6-0 is our score. 11:20 remaining here in the second quarter. Andre Davis, Mr. Kendall Cobb, Dr. Mike Prince.
Yeah, we're over here arguing play decisions. But it's not an argument. That's what makes this game great.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes doing what we do great because we don't get paid to make those calls.
Debating the pros and cons of football. That's the beauty of it, gentlemen.
Yes,
happy
sir.
to be here.
Yes, sir.
And speaking of being happy, love to definitely mention our sponsors who make it all this possible as well. Burger, Fencing, Landscaping, and more. You can reach them at 281-253-2923. Burger, Fencing, Landscaping, and more. Utilize them for your landscaping needs.
Thank you, Mr. Kendall Cobb. 11:20 remaining here in the second quarter. Buccaneers on top of this one by the score of 6-0. And Mike, you mentioned being conservative, on that particular drive by the Blinn Buccaneers. They went with Carlos Grace 3 plays in a row.
Well, you go 3 plays in a row, then you almost kind of shorten your own playbook when you get down in that red zone. And I know Grace is a tough, dynamic runner.
Look at that. And this one's going to be fielded by Smith, and he's going to get past the 30, past the 35, and he's going to be brought down at the 40.
As we're saying, Grace is a dynamic runner, but every now and then, put in your tight end, run a slant route or something just to keep that off balance.
Yeah, just keep your defense honest. And you want to, again, give them different looks. Yes, you have a shortened field, but again, whatever play they ran that we thought was a touchdown, something similar, flip it to the other side.
Because the DBs definitely didn't see it coming. He was wide open in the back of the end zone.
Wide open, sir. Wide open.
So the Apaches will have a fresh set of downs, ball placed at the 40-yard line, moving left to right.
Looks like the defender's in position.
Takes the snap. He's going to hand this off to Woods up the middle. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage by a plethora of Buccaneers.
Yes, sir. And as soon as he got that ball from the quarterback, he was bobbling it.
Yeah,
it was almost worked to the Buccaneers' advantage had they just tipped the ball.
And they teach you to make sure that the ball is secure into your running back's pocket.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You put it in your basket. They tell you put the ball in the basket.
And that was number 28, Shannon Vines, the running back on the play. Is going to bring up 2nd and 9. Wooden is going to toss this one to Vines to the left side, and he's going to be brought down out of bounds, gain of about a yard on the play.
Yeah, they ran him east-west. He was never able to turn the corner, officially turned it upfield, and good play by the defender. And that, in this case, the defender kept his legs turning.
Yes, sir. So 10:23 remaining here in the second quarter, 6-0 our score in favor of the Blinn Buccaneers. 3rd down and 7. Ball placed at the 40-yard line. Trips to the right for the Apaches. So Wooden takes now. They went with a hard count, and this is going to be offside.
Well, they were saying they were drawn. No, they were saying they were drawn, but
it looked like tempers are flaring.
Oh.
I think the Apache linemen are not pleased with the fact that again, there was a flag. The play still went off, 3 defenders did take down the Apache quarterback, 3 Buccaneer defenders, and I think the linemen did not like that.
And, Mike, we mentioned during the pregame show this is going to be a hard-fought game. This is going to be a very physical game, and we just saw a little physicality at the end of the play.
Especially when you're attacking my leader. I got to protect my leader.
Absolutely.
Those big guys up front, we call them big uglies, and not all of them are ugly guys. The goons are going to take care of their quarterback.
Yes, sir. These are getting a little chippy,
yes,
if you will.
That offside is going to bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Apaches.
Now this is a manageable position for the Apaches.
Yes, sir.
Ball placed at the 47-yard line. Wooden sends high in motion. Wooden takes a snap, looks right, throws right, and he has a man. That pass complete, and he gets past the 50, and he's going to be out of bounds at the 51-yard line. It's going to be enough.
51-yard line?
At the 49. We're on 51. At the 49-yard line.
Hey, this is a Canadian football, sir.
That's going to be enough for the Apaches first down. 49. I kept counting up.
120 yards.
Even I saw that one.
Going for the Grey Cup.
As he hands this one off to Vines at the middle, and he's going to rumble for a gain of 9 yards on the play.
Edmonton Lions. That was good. I like that one.
51. 51.
You speak from the heart.
Yeah.
2nd down and 9 for the Apaches. Ball placed at the 40-yard line. Apaches moving left to right. Vines offset to Wooden's left. Wooden takes a snap, hands this one off to Vines at the middle. He's going to shed one defender, and he's going to get past the 35. He's going to be brought down at the 34-yard line.
That means the Buccaneers might want to call a timeout because these Apaches definitely moving the ball.
They are moving the ball, but you got to just bend but don't break style of the Bucs defense. I don't want to get premature. I got confidence in these guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Once they get a little closer to the end zone, they'll tighten it up.
Yes, sir.
8:50 remaining here in the second quarter. 6-0 is our score in favor of the Bucs. Wooden sends Bailey in motion. Wooden takes the snap, rolls to his left, and he had Bailey wide open, but he just overshot him. Pass incomplete.
That was a well-developed play. They actually faked a little dive.
Yes, sir.
Both the receivers are out ahead of the quarterback. They're going to the left. Quarterback had the option of either turning it up, but there are defenders there, and then all he did is flip it to the receiver. But overthrow him. But that was a beautiful play.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He had Bailey wide open. I think he got a little too excited just as to how wide open he was, and overshot him on that play. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yes, sir. Didn't give him a chance to make any yak, right?
Wilson offset to Wooden's right. Wooden hands this off to Wilson. He's going to run to the right side, and he's going to be met after a gain of 2 yards on the play, and the whistles are blowing. A very physical game between the number 6 ranked Blinn Buccaneers and the number 4 ranked Tyler Apaches.
Yes, sir. And it looks like, though, the defender just threw Jeremy Wilson, who's 5'7", 160 pounds, threw him around like a rag doll.
Oh, well, he's kind of paperweight. I mean, he's not even paperweight out there with these big guys.
If he were a boxer, what weight would that be?
No, that's felt featherweight.
So a huge third down and 8 to be exact. Ball placed at the 33-yard line. Apaches moving left to right.
That's the beauty of football, Jim. It doesn't matter how large or how small you are. If you can get the job done, if you're effective, you're effective.
They'll find a place for you.
And we have a stoppage in the
Dave
play.
Meggett? Andre, that's before your time, sir.
I believe so. I'm listening. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, Dave Meggett was what, about 5'6"?
5'6", yes, sir.
Yeah.
167 pounds.
Yes, sir. Got it done. Or Joe Washington Jr.
Yeah, absolutely.
A Texas product.
Yes, Joe Washington.
We have a timeout on the field, timeout charge against the Apaches. Andre Davis, Mr. Kendall Cobb, and the man himself, Dr. Mike Prince.
We're just having grand old time. Saturday night football, Blinn Buccaneer football, exclusively here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Great development in the makes. Look like we're going to be doing some basketball. We got the lovely Jordan back here holding things down. It's just a big old family affair around here.
Yes, sir. And Doc, since we have you here, tell us about how this all came to pass, this Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Wow. It came out. I get a little emotional when I think about it. My pop was my greatest fan. And when I came to Texas to play ball, I did not, we didn't have the advent of internet and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, sir.
Cable and all that. And I used to call him and give him a report on my games.
Yes, sir.
And I was a communications major, so I got my bachelor's in, and I worked in radio. And I saw an opportunity to serve a community, and that's what I've done.
As Wooden rolls to his right, and he has a man downfield, and that pass is intercepted
at the 1
by the Buccaneers.
Awesome job. Again, that was double coverage, gentlemen. That was double coverage. So
Forcing it.
He's trying to force it. He's trying to force it.
And as we mentioned, having confidence in this defense, which makes the Mahon decision to kick the field goal even wiser now.
You're exactly right. Let's go back to your story, though, Doc. This is very interesting. So you said you saw an opportunity. Well, you made good on this opportunity because, again, we now have, listenership. We have sponsors. We have this great opportunity for these young people to get exposed to faith and sports.
When you summarize my mission, it's about service.
Yes, sir.
Providing service to people who appreciate what you're trying to do. Everything is not always about the dollar.
No.
Dollars does make differences, but you're rendering service and you're able to add memories and connect families.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's what we're about.
Williams dropped back to pass, and he has a man downfield, pass incomplete.
And just to wrap up on your point, Doc, and you're exactly right. I mean, dollars are great, but this from the heart, this the true community, what makes the world go round.
Yes, sir.
And a person has to have a sense of that, and the people around them have to buy into that.
Yes,
to
sir.
make it effective. And I think that's what you have here, sir. It's a wonderful job, and I'm just, again, happy to be a part of the family.
Well, I'm excited to I definitely couldn't do this without you guys. And my life is a living testimony. And people that are listening right now, I don't even think I want to spoil it for them. I'll wait till later to share some of the physical challenges that I have to deal with on a daily basis.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
2nd down and 10 for the Buccaneers. Moving right to left, ball at the 20-yard line as we have a stoppage in the play. Timeout on the field, charged against the Blinn Buccaneers.
Yes, sir. And, Doc, we'll definitely get back to that, and I'll definitely hear your stories. In the meantime, let's go ahead and recognize some of our sponsors. Auto Check, 1539 Cypress Spring Road Drive. Call Steve at Auto Check at 281-440-1188. That's Auto Check in Spring, Texas. Auto Check, 281-440-1188. And we got the good doctor here. So, Doc, this is Saturday night, so you know what's happening tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.?
9 a.m., baby. The Temple Refuge Ministries located at 45372 Old Highway 290 in the beautiful dwellings of Prairie View, Texas.
Yes, sir.
We go live at 9:30. Of course, we meet at 9 a.m. Come and have a word, family, fun, and friends. We believe in building the kingdom one soul at a time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We thank you for your service there, sir.
Sir, yes, sir. It's never-ending work.
Yes, sir. A labor of love.
A labor of love.
There you go.
Absolutely.
As teams are back out on the field, 2nd down and 10, as Williams hands this off to Grace up the middle, he's going to be brought down at the gain of 2 yards on the play.
Some shifty running. The play was actually going to the left. He's a shifty like the three hole. Then he cuts it back to the right.
Yeah, he's a shifty back. He's a very shifty back.
I've given you your assignment. You go and Google search Barry Foster.
I'm going to write that down right now because you shot that over my head as well.
Number 39, Robert Franklin checks in the game at tailback for the Buccaneers. As we have 3rd down and 8, trips to the left, Franklin offset to Williams' left, ball placed at the 22-yard line. 6:57 remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Buccaneers on top 6-0. Williams takes a snap, drop back to pass, and gets a man down long, and this pass is complete on the sideline.
Wow. He aired that ball out, gentlemen. I mean, that ball traveled in the air, beautiful spiral, and right on the money.
Yes.
This receiver did not break stride.
Now, that's what you call the old sandlot play. You just run, and I'll get it to you.
And who was it, Mr. Cobb? Number 1, Kedrick Wheatfall. 1st down and 10 for the Blinn Buccaneers. Ball placed at the 35-yard line. Williams takes the snap, hands off to Franklin up the middle, and he's going to get past the first wave of defenders. He's going to be brought down at the gain of about 9 yards on the play.
That was a slow developing play. I mean, he's cutting to his going off tackle. He waits for a block to develop, then he cuts it right up the field. That's nice running.
Patient running, allowing those guys to open up the hole.
So the Buccaneers going with a hurry-up offense. They're going to hand this one off to Franklin again, and he's going to gain enough for the 1st down for the Buccaneers.
This just shows how many weapons the Buccaneers have.
Right.
And they can bring their bag of tricks and come up with so many different things.
No huddle offense for the Bucs. Trips to the left, ball placed at the 22-yard line. Franklin at tailback. He's going to be offset to Williams' right. 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Buccaneers on top 6-0.
This is going to get crunch time now.
Williams takes a snap, drop back to pass, and he has a man downfield, and that pass is incomplete.
And they didn't throw the flag, but I watched that just by chance. I was watching that receiver, and he was actually hindered as this is way beyond 5 yards. The defender had his hands on him and pushed him actually towards the sideline,
right,
go out of bounds. They never threw the flag, but they should have in that case.
Because it appears that Williams threw it where Wheatfall was supposed to be if he didn't get hemmed up, as you just mentioned to.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
5:50 remaining here in the second quarter. 6-0 our score if you're just now tuning in favor of the Blinn Buccaneers. Second down and 10. Trip
College
to the left.
football in Texas.
Yes,
Williams
sir.
fakes this one to Franklin. He's going to run to his left, and he's going to get past the 20, and he's going to be out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Wow, that's nice scamper.
Yes.
I mean, he made something out of nothing.
Athleticism. You can't teach that.
No, sir. That's God-given.
That's definitely something I want to see more from the quarterback, Devin Williams. He is excellent on the ground, and that was an excellent fake on that play.
Well,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
The fact he has that in his back pocket if need be, he can go to that. He looked down the field. I guess the defenders were covering his receivers. He can always go to his leg.
Goes back to being a manager. We'll talk about it after this.
As Williams going to hand this one out to Franklin, and as he's met at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Interesting to see what the coach is going to call here on fourth down.
I'm kicking this one.
You're kicking this one.
Yeah, once again, we're talking about management. You don't want Williams to depend solely on himself. Uh-oh.
They're going to go for it. Fourth down and 2 for the Bucs. Trips to the right. Ball plays at the 14-yard line.
Yes, sir. I'm surprised at this myself.
Franklin also
maybe try to get
Williams
the hard
left.
count.
Yes, sir.
As Williams is going to fake this one
to
Franklin as he has some room as he gets past the 10, and he's going to go out of bounds at the 8-yard line.
Well, enough to keep the sticks moving.
Yes, sir.
And this is a statement drive right here.
That read option.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I'm talking about. You don't want Williams to think it's all on him.
Right.
Play that balance, manage the game, and let your athleticism take over naturally.
Yes, sir.
No huddle offense for the Buccaneers. The Wheels going to hand this one off to Franklin up the middle for a gain of 1 yard on the play.
I think it's grace time right about now.
Yes, sir. I would agree.
You think it's grace time?
I think it's time for grace and mercy.
That last run is going to bring up second and goal to be exact. Ball placed at the 7-yard line. Bucks moving right to left. Trips to the right. Franklin offset to Williams' left. Williams, since Reed in motion, he's going to hand this off to Reed. He's going to get past the 5. And touchdown, Blinn Buccaneers. Number 8, DeAndre Reed on the jet sweep for the Blinn Buccaneers. And our guy is here. The Mobius man himself, Mr. Henry.
He came in right on time. The Bucs score a touchdown right on time as Mobius Pizza shows up. The Bucs jump out now with a 12-0. Do you go for 2 now if you're Coach Mahon?
You kick the field goal. You kick the field goal, and they're going to the extra point to be. You're going to kick the extra point. They do just that to go up 13-0.
13-0 is our score. The Bucs take a lead in a very important game. Not trying to overemphasize this right now, but the Bucs win tonight. They pretty much set the tempo for the rest of the conference season here at play, because on the schedule, not looking too far ahead, you have Arkansas Baptist, you have New Mexico Military, and you have Northeastern Oklahoma A&M. Those teams happen to be on the bottom tier of the conference right now. These were the last guys standing in your way on tonight.
Well, as we mentioned, Mike, this is a very high – this game, there's a lot at stake at this game. You got the 2 top teams in the Southwestern Division of the Junior Collegiate Football Conference battling here tonight. And as you mentioned in the pregame show, the Buccaneers win this game. They pretty much write their ticket for the playoffs.
Absolutely, and because of that, it's we can sit up here and question all day and all night, but you do understand why Coach Mahon goes for it there. Your defense has already shown, Coach, we got this.
Good point.
Got this. He has confidence. It's 4th and 2. We just got another big turnover. I'm going for the 6 this time, and if we don't get it, I believe you guys can stop them again.
And you're exactly right. I mean, and didn't have to come to that point, but the defense was ready to step up if need be. But that was a nice little play for that touchdown. That jet sweep paid off.
The jet sweep.
This kick is going to go out of bounds. That's going to be a flag.
Yeah, now that you don't want. You don't want to give up the extra 15 yards if you're the Bucs in this case. That ball now is going to be at the 40-yard line. If it was kicked back, it would have been at the 25. You want to get that, but the adrenaline is pumping. These are young men, again, between the ages of 18 and 22 in some cases.
Exactly right.
You know, stay calm, stay focused, and dance with the one that got you here.
There you go. That's no.
If you're just now tuning in, we have 4 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 13-0 is our score in favor of the Blinn Buccaneers. First down and 10 for the Apaches. Ball placed at the 35-yard line.
A little confusion with the quarterback and the, and the running back.
Confusion between the quarterback and the running back.
One went left, the other went right.
As we had stoppage in the play will resume. One back in the backfield. Wooten under center. As he's going to hand this one off, he's going to run to the right side past the 40, past the 45, past the 50, and he's going to be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Like Jim Brown. I mean, he's moving left. He's running people over. He's jumping in the air.
Convoy left, convoy right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Number 28, Shannon Vines, on the play, and that's going to bring up a fresh set of downs for the Apaches. They're going to go hurry-up offense as he hands off to Vines.
Another big hole.
Again up the middle. Another big hole, as Mr. Cobb just said.
Literally.
And another first down for the Apaches.
You literally could have driven a truck through that hole. I kid you not. I can see from this angle. You literally could have put a vehicle through that area.
I think Mike could have ran through that hole.
Or got hurt trying to.
As Wooden hands off to Vines again up the middle. This time it's going to be brought down after a gain of 4 yards on the play.
That's 3 handoffs in a row and positive yards each time. And this young man is still. He's just not. He's going to take a breather now.
So the Apaches are moving fairly quickly here on this particular drive as we have 3:13 remaining here in the second quarter. 13-0 our score in favor of the Buccaneers if you're just now tuning in.
I think they're trying to get on the board before the half, obviously. And so just offset the score a little bit.
Wooden hands this one off to Wilson up the middle. And he's going to be brought down, picked up about nearly enough for the first down, but he's going to be about a yard short.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to watch this line a little bit closer because I don't know if they're cross-blocking or what, but these holes are wide.
Well, that's what I'm looking at right now. They're just doing old-fashioned, in-your-face blocking.
Wow.
You know, it's nothing fancy.
Shoulder pads?
Yeah, nothing fancy. Here it is.
These holes are so large. What is going on?
Trap blocking.
Yes, sir.
3rd down and 1 for the Apaches. But they tried to go with the hard count. As Wooden hands this off to Wilson. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a yard on the play. Number 40, Jalen Cooper, on the stop for the Buccaneers on 3rd down.
Well, that was a blown assignment by one of the Apache linemen because
he came in untouched.
He came in unscathed, sir.
Well, that's part of the challenge. When you run in a trap, you have your guard pulling to go to another assignment. The guy supposed to come down.
Yes, sir.
And what's happening is that lineman was just a little bit faster than the trap was working.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It appears that we have, that's going to bring up 4th down as we have stoppage in the play. Timeout on the field, charge against the Apaches. 1:47 remaining here late in the second quarter. Buccaneers on top of this one so far by the score of 13-0.
And we thank you for listening. Your listenership here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors for their patronage. Farmers Insurance Agency at Hempstead location. Contact LaTanya Chappell at 979-826-3026, 979-826-3026. Farmers Insurance Agency.
Thank you, Mr. Cobb. As teams are still in the timeout again, 1:47 remaining here in the second quarter. If you're just now tuning in, Buccaneers on top of this one by the score of 13-0. Andre Davis, the man himself, Dr. Mike Prince, Mr. Kendall Cobb.
And I'm looking at the crowd, gentlemen, and it looks like we have quite a few Buccaneers fans here, which is awesome. Grace normally has his own little section. I mean, he has enough people for a couple of rows.
Carlos Grace has his own section. I think they just clear out a row for him.
I think so.
For family members and everything like that. You see number 24 on the back of the shirt. It says Grace.
That's awesome to support. And, again, that's what Doc talks about.
So it looks like the Apaches are going to go with the heavy set formation here on 4th down and 2 as they're going to go with the quarterback sneak, and it appears that he's going to have just enough for an Apache's first down.
I don't know if you guys can hear someone in the audience going, woo, because 61
Pancake.
just, oh, my goodness.
They went with the big boys on that last play.
Jumbo package.
The jumbo package.
He came in and
I'm a grown man.
Yes, sir. That's big boy football. That's Jordan Crawford?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
They had no running back.
6 feet, 315. And he put all 315 into that block.
Guys, they had no running backs. They brought all the linemen that they could and just put them in on one play.
That was the refrigerator Perry pass.
There you go.
First down and 10 for the Apaches as Wooden drop back the pass, and he has a man downfield, and this pass is incomplete. 1:16 remaining here in the second quarter. 13-0 our score in favor of the Bucks.
Looks like the receiver came out of his break a little late. Ball was in the air. He comes out of his break. The ball's already almost to him. Was not able to react.
Right,
to time.
that's that timing pattern again. That's where you're not even looking at your quarterback. You know your route, and you're supposed to be precise on that. They practice that day in and day
You're
out.
exactly right, Doc. Probably the defender threw him off his route.
Jammed him.
Yes, sir.
Apaches moving left to right, ball plays at the 25-yard line.
Whoa!
And he's going to be the big man himself, Antoine Jackson Jr. in the backfield.
Wow, that's called a TFL, right?
A freight train, if you will. My
freight train.
Yes, sir.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and 13 for the Apaches. 55 seconds and counting remaining here in the second quarter.
And this is how the Buccaneers defense has to step up and squash that threat. I mean, what a play. And, again, you're trying to break their momentum. You're trying to throw off their timing. As you mentioned, Doc mentioned jamming the receiver. All these different things play into keeping them unsure of themselves.
And it's going to be a timeout on the field charged against the Apaches. 46 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Buccaneers on top of this one by the score of 13-0. Guys, what is your take so far here in the first half?
Well, go ahead. It looks 13. I mean, the score is 13-0. But if you're watching the game, I don't feel it's 13-0. I mean, these games are battling it out. I mean,
yes, sir.
These Apaches are right there in the game, in my assessment.
It's too early to relax. And these guys are showing why they're number 4 and number 6. Now, the Bucks have had some critical stops deep in their red zone tonight. 2 big turnovers to stop what could have been some touchdowns for the Apaches.
I like your play on words, Doc. The Bucks stopped here.
There you go.
I like that.
There you go. That is absolutely. But a great game. Still got a lot of exciting football left on tonight.
Absolutely.
Yes,
as teams come back out on the field, it's going to be 3rd down and 13 for the Apaches. Ball placed at the 28-yard line. Apaches moving left to right. Trips to the left. Wilson offset to Wooten's left.
I think they'll take a shot here, gentlemen.
As Wooten takes a snap, looks right, throws right, and he has a man. That pass is caught. Oh! Like he fumbled on the play, but it's going to be recovered by the Apaches.
I think everyone else. I think he was in possession of it long enough. Although it looked as though he caught it and then
he did make a football move. So
yes, sir.
It would have really been a fumble recovery for the Apaches.
Well, they're going to call it. No, they're going to call it incomplete.
Okay,
they're going to call it incomplete. Yeah, because
he
did not have full possession of the ball, even when he tried to turn and run as it popped out, and that's going to bring up 4th down for the Apaches as the field goal unit comes onto the field.
They catch a break because the Buccaneers were all over that ball, so they were able to. They definitely caught a break.
It's going to be about a 48-yard field goal attempt. That ball is blocked.
Yeah.
Wow. I couldn't tell who got in. Can you tell who got in?
I'm sorry?
Can you tell who got in on that to block that?
I could not. It was just a plethora of Buccaneers. They were all there.
Pirate ship.
They were all there.
There you go, Doc.
They were all
pirate
there.
Ship of Buccaneers.
That's going to be a turnover on downs. The Buccaneers will have possession at the 28-yard line, moving right to left. 35 seconds remaining here late in the second quarter.
All I want to do is kneel, run the ball. Maybe if Grace can pop one, don't do anything crazy. Let's take a 13-0 lead at home to the half.
Yes, sir.
Now, gentlemen, I did it right. Wait, who received first?
The Apaches received first.
Okay.
As
Oh, here's a shot.
Williams are going to try this one downfield, and that pass is incomplete. My goodness.
And that's why I sit in the booth. That's exactly why I sit
Well,
in
Doug,
the booth.
even when you said, I said, you know what, it might be enough. I thought to myself, I didn't state this, but I thought to myself, hey, here's a chance to just take a shot for what it's worth.
I understand that, but in the back of my mind, I'm still playing against the number 5 defense in the nation.
Now, Mike, you did say that this is a statement game here, and the viewers that the Buccaneers are trying to put the exclamation mark on that statement here late in the first half.
Absolutely, no doubt.
Exactly.
No doubt.
So that incomplete is going to bring up 2nd down and 10, trips to the left, as Will's going to hand this off to Grace, and he's going to run to the right, and he's going to lose yards on the play.
Now, that will keep the clock running, which will be a Buccaneer advantage, but you definitely don't want to go the opposite way.
And it appears that they're going to let this clock run down as we have 8 seconds remaining as teams are making their way to the locker room. And with that, our first half has come to an end.
Again, this is
a score of 13-0.
I'm sorry, I was just going to say simply again, it is 13-0, but again, I don't feel like this is a 13-0 game. This feels like it's at any point in time. I mean, the Apaches can overtake because it's so close.
It is. And what you going now, if you're Coach Mahan and the Bucs, okay, guys, we're halfway home. Let's not let up. Let's not get overconfident. And we are setting the tone for the rest of our season.
Yes, sir.
And so with that being said, they got to go out here, stay focused, stay hungry, and finish what they've started.
And even though it isn't quite represented on the scoreboard, both teams haven't really had haven't had much problems moving the ball here.
Well, the difference has been and will always be penalties and turnovers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There have been some timely penalties against the Apaches, and definitely 2 timely turnovers in the red zone that has really been the big difference maker in this game. But you got to give credit to the Bucs too, because they created those turnovers and they executed on the opportunity. So that's what it's all about.
And with that, gentlemen, I mean, you guys are exactly right. And if I were Coach Danny Palmer, I would tell my Apaches, hey, we're in this game, because they are in this game. I mean, you never get too high. You never get too low. And they are, yes, sir. They are in this game through and through. Like you said, if not for a few turnovers here or there, they would be tied or maybe even ahead.
And if I'm Coach Mahan, I'm fussing. We're winning, but we should be doing better.
Yes, sir.
So both of these guys are going to come out with some fire in their eyes. And if we thought this first half was exciting, this second half is going to be even greater than what we've seen here in the first half. And speaking of the first half, we are at halftime. The Bucs on top of the Apaches by the score of 13-0. Andre Davis, Kendall Cobb, yours truly, Dr. Mike Prince, and I cannot forget the lovely Jordan. She's back there holding that Mobius pizza.
Mobius pizza.
And we done had Bush's chicken. We just fat rats in a cheese factory right about now. And speaking of, we're going to give you some quick recaps on the high school action, and then we'll get into some of the collegiate action of some of our area coverage as far as the high school games are concerned. Brenham lost to Magnolia West last night by the score of 44-21. You had Belleville all over Wharton by the score of 52-7. You had Hempstead winning their home come against Luling by the score of 26-9. You actually heard that game live here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network with Alex Good. We had Tomball Memorial victorious over Huntsville by the score. Losing to Huntsville by the score of 24-21. Burton High School was over Iola by the score of 24-12. Forgive me. Sealy High School and Neatville did battle, and Sealy on top by the score of 24-7. You had Waller getting thumped by Magnolia by the score of 62-38, and Tomball over Willis by the score of 21-14. And our game of the night, called by the man to the left and to the right of me, the Angry Birds winning overtime over the Warriors of the Woodland Christian Academy by the score of 13-7. History in the making. Coach Bruce Lane gets his 200th career victory. The Angry Birds go to 3-1 in the overall play, and the things are looking pretty good over in Rose Hill country.
I totally agree. I mean, Cash Kelso, senior quarterback for Rose Hill, is coming back. He broke his collarbone during the summer, so this is his actual first game of play. He comes in and is a difference maker. Not to say that Cameron Castillo was not doing his job. He very much was. He had almost 100 yards in the air to McCray Kelton and Braden Lambert. So he did his job, but Cash Kelso comes in and he puts the exclamation point, as you said earlier, in his overtime victory, and it was very exciting.
And you just mentioned that Cameron Castillo was definitely doing his job, but as we said yesterday, it appears that Coach Lane already had it written in that Cash Kelso was going to come in that game, whether they were winning or losing, whether Cameron Castillo was playing good or if he was playing horribly, because he just mentioned Cameron Castillo was connecting on his man McCray Kelton in that first half, the entire first half. So it wasn't that the quarterback was playing badly. It's just that he wanted to get his veteran quarterback Cash Kelso in the game. He wanted to kind of get that confidence back into him. And we spoke with Cash Kelso for our post-game report, and we talked to him about that, about how his confidence was when he went into that game, and he could tell that he was very rusty when he first came in. The coach just told him, just settle down. You've been here before. Just play your game, and everything is going to be fine. And what a storybook ending for that young man to not only come back off your injury against a team of the Woodlands that you guys have been battling back and forth against for years and have never beaten them, but not only come back but get the game-winning touchdown in overtime. Excellent job by that young man last night.
Awesome. You said enough, sir. You said enough.
And honestly, and Mr. Cobb, I actually want to say thank you for being with me that night, because I know that you're more familiar with Rose Hill to kind of share that background history of Rose Hill. There are times where you don't even have to look at the roster. You already know the guy. You can call his name out in an amount of 2 seconds.
Yes, sir. That's the advantage of it being familiar with the kids. But here we are here tonight in Brenham. We're watching Blinn do battle with Tyler Junior College, and this is a great game as well. So we're at halftime, and we want to definitely thank you for your listenership and thank all our sponsors. And again, thank the good doctor here who's in our midst, and we're very happy to have him here. And Doc, do you want to finish up your
Yeah, we're going to give some scores going on. We'll start out in the MEAC. Very light schedule in the overall MEAC for today. You had Bethune-Cookman victorious over Savannah State by the score of 24-12. North Carolina Central 21, South Carolina State 7, and you have North Carolina A&T victorious over Florida A&M 21-14. And as we get ready to go to the Southwestern Athletic Conference, some big games going on over in there. We'll roll down here in just a second and get that one for you as we got the SWAC rolling up here. Prairie View was at home against Jackson State and actually had no problem with Jackson State winning by the score of 38-9. Mississippi Valley went to Charleston, Carolina, and lost by the score of 68-7. Alabama A&M was victorious over Arkansas Pine Bluff 27-14. And in another final, a nail biter, you had Grambling victorious over Clark Atlanta 31-20. At one time, Grambling was trailing in that contest, but they were able to pull out that victory. And, of course, Alcorn State was victorious over Texas Southern yesterday in Houston, 24-17.
Yes, thank you, sir, Dr. Mike Prince. And did you say that the Peruvian University Panthers took care of Jackson State by the score of 38-9?
38-9, yes, sir.
My goodness, so great job there by the Panthers. As you all know, me and along with Dr. Prince, that we are Panthers ourselves. We graduated ancient years ago.
Hey, watch yourself, kiddo. Watch yourself.
I'm still a Panther myself. I'm graduating this December. So
congratulations in advance.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Oh, you trying to?
Old folks can make phone calls.
You have a little pulled out. Putting the word to keep me there longer.
Just a little bit longer. Just a tinge longer.
Just a tinge longer.
Yes, sir.
Well, guys, so far it appears that, in my opinion, I would still call this a nail biter, specifically to what Mr. Cobb has been alluding to so far here in the first half. Even though the Buccaneers are on top by a score of 13-0, it still doesn't feel like 13-0 just because how competitive both teams are, just compared to how competitive both teams are playing offensively and defensively in this game.
I concur, sir. I mean, these teams, Apaches came to play, and Blinn's at home. I mean, Buccaneers are not going to concede anything. They're going to come in, and they're going to punch you in the mouth, and you're going to be in a battle. And lo and behold, like you said, number 5 and number 4 and number 16.
Yes, sir. The number 16 Buccaneers and number 4 Tyler.
Okay, so there you go right there. That says a mouthful right there. These teams can play and know how to execute, and they're matching their wills and their best on their best, and we'll just see how it comes out.
Well, guys, I got an SEC update.
Okay.
At Kyle Stadium, halftime, South Carolina 10, the Aggies 7. So that will be pretty interesting to see. And in the third quarter, number 1 Alabama on top of Ole Miss by the score of 9-0. And we had a very, very close game. Number 21 Florida got past Vanderbilt by the score of 38-24. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm making sure we didn't miss anything, number 7 Georgia had no problem with Tennessee winning by the score of 41-0. Kentucky continues to surprise people. They were victorious over Eastern Michigan, 24-20. And as we mentioned, Alabama's on top. Texas A&M trailing. LSU, here's a shocker, trailing to Troy, 17-0. With 5:39 in the third quarter.
That might be a case of styles make fights. So they might not match well against them with their personnel.
I never can tell, but that's not supposed to be happening.
No, sir.
And that's
David versus Goliath.
Yes, sir. Another SEC score is going to have Auburn is on top by the score of 49-10. They are on top of, that is New Mexico. Is that? No, not New Mexico. Who is that? Help me out there. It's Auburn. Mississippi State. Yeah, that's what I said New Mexico. Mississippi State 49-10. And I think that's all of our scoring that we have right now, guys.
And Mike,
for the SEC update.
Yes, sir. And you mentioned that shocker between Troy and LSU, but at the same time, that's why you play the game. I know we do pregame predictions and everything like that. I know on paper, depending on which teams that are playing, I know on paper we say, okay, this team is going to beat this team is going to beat this team on paper. But that's why they always tell you, hey, the guy across from you, he ties his shoes up just the same way that you do. That's why you still have to go out onto the field and play the game.
His desire to play, his desire to win is just as great. So there's no difference in that regard. Come on.
Yes, sir.
So they're getting ready to go.
I think Miss Tara has came in the building.
Oh, we got Tara in the building. Get mic'd up, Bill.
Hey guys, how are y'all doing?
We're doing great. Don't worry about what you don't hear, but believe me, you're being heard. Good to see you tonight. Bring us up to speed. There's a lot going on with Blinn Bucks Athletics. Volleyball's on a tear. We've already talked about football. Bring us up to speed on what volleyball's been doing.
Yeah, so volleyball is 17-4 this season. They just finished up at the Tyler JUCO Invite where they walked away with the three wins and 1 loss. So they're feeling pretty good going back into conference undefeated. They're going to face Wharton Junior College on Tuesday in Wharton.
We're going to be, and that's always, now Wharton historically has been a pretty good program as well. So once again, that first litmus test was against San Jack. They were able to get through there unscathed, if you will, coming out with the sweep. That was not, I don't care what Coach Mailer say, you didn't expect a sweep, I know. But you got to feel good about where the Lady Bucks are headed right now.
Yes, absolutely. The momentum is definitely in their favor going into the second half of the Region 14 play. And then they host a tournament at home this weekend. So Friday and Saturday, they'll have a ranked opponent in Navarro on Saturday. So they're looking to get back, on the rankings and finish out the season strong.
Yes, ma'am. Now we have Miss Tyra. It's Tara. I'm sorry. Tara.
Tara
Okay.
Dreyer. Yeah.
Tara Dreyer. I know it. It's Tara. I want to say Tara, but it's Tara, and I'm going to get it right. I'm an old man, so you got to forgive me on that. What's been your analysis of this first half of play for the Bucks football?
Well, so far I've been really impressed with the defense. Vontae Davis obviously came up with some big, crucial turnovers along with, Ricky Thomas.
Yes.
So those two have really come up with the big turnovers, and especially in the red zone. So I like the way that they're stopping the Tyler Apaches and proving to be, dominant in this game.
Well, not trying to get too ahead of the game. This is a very, very significant game tonight, and I'm going to whisper this. They could pretty much write their own ticket if they could come out winning this game tonight, provided that they play the way the Bucks have been playing all season.
Yes, absolutely. So that's obviously what we're hoping for. Every coach hopes for an undefeated season, and then, we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but we would host the playoffs if we finish out on top of the Region 14 conference. And right now we're sitting on top, and it feels good to be a Buccaneer right now.
It feels good to be a Buccaneer, and it just feels good to be a part of it. Can't thank you enough for the opportunity for the open mic to be a part of this. It has been a great experience for us. What has it been like for you guys?
We have absolutely loved being partnered with you guys this year, and we just really appreciate you guys coming out to all the football games and supporting the Blinn Buccaneers. It's been great.
Yes, ma'am. We got some things working out with Coach Schumacher going through that basketball schedule. We want to get Coach involved in this and everything, but a lot of people don't realize that this is a great, great community, a great place to be a student and an athlete to continue education. But see, you've been very, very modest throughout this whole approach. You got some bloodline connected to this institution.
Yes, I do.
And go ahead and share that with the listening
audience.
So,
well, thank you for mentioning that. So my grandfather was the athletic director here for 35 years and a head baseball coach for about, I want to say 25, and also a head football coach and a head basketball coach at one time. So, we grew up Blinn Buccaneer fans, and so it's great to be a part of the athletic department, and I feel right at home here.
Yes, ma'am. You feel right home, and let me say you're doing an outstanding job coming in. When you're on the JUCO level, and everything boils down to budgets, and you're wearing a lot of hats. You got the photography, you got your journal in one pocket, you have your microphone in another pocket, and you're just doing a balance. How do you keep it all together?
I just really enjoy sports, and like I said, I've been raised around them, so it just kind of comes natural. I do a lot at once, like you said, the photography, the tweeting. We even have a Snapchat, Blinn -college is our Snapchat. So I do it. I try to keep up with it all.
See, that Snapchat is definitely a youngster's move.
Yes.
I thought I was doing something with the Instagram and the tweet, and my sons and my daughter said, "No, Pop, you need to get with the Snapchat." I'm gonna stop at Instagram and Twitter. I do the Facebook. I'm gonna let you all do the Snapchatting.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, thank you so much for having me on. I need to get back down on the field so I can watch the second half, but we'll be with y'all at the post game.
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
You so much.
Thank you so much, Miss Dreyer. A legacy in the making, doing an outstanding job. As we're at halftime right now, the Bucks on top of the Apaches by the score of 13-0. As we do, I hear Brother Henry in the house? No, did Miss Hall make it? I mean, Miss Wall make it? Miss Wall. Okay, we got Brother Henry getting into the hopper right now. Bucks on top of the Apache by the score of 13-0. Number 4 trailing against number 6 right now. And as always, it is great. I hear him coming loud and proud. There is my friend, my brother.
Is this on?
Yeah, it's on. It's on, brother.
Oh, I don't hear you.
Yes, no, you're going to hear me right here.
Right
so
here, okay.
That's fine.
Dr. Delicious
Dr.
is in
Delicious
the booth.
along with Dr. P, Dr. Radio Guy. How you doing, my man?
Hey, I don't mean to scare you, but they're selling your pizza.
They said, you know what?
All the other people in the press box.
Well, you know
your
what?
Slices,
you know what? If they hold me one, if they hold me one, we'll be all right.
I tried to save you some, but it's gone.
How's it going, my man?
Hey, we're here. We're excited.
You're
you know,
excited?
we must be good luck too, because every time I come, we're winning.
Every time you come, you're winning.
You know,
when you leave,
got a winning
we
pizzas,
won.
and you know, we're doing it. There you go.
So look, winning games one slice at a time. Mobius Pizza, the triple threat.
Yes.
You can get your delicious pizza. You can get you some wonderful coffee, and you can get the best breakfast in town. 3 stops in one place.
Absolutely. And, you know, the fans of Brenham have voted us number 1 breakfast place,
not
coffee
number 2.
shop. No. There's no. Number 2 is not even an option.
Not number 3.
No, it's not even an option. It's number 1. Number 1 in town for breakfast, coffee shop, and pizza.
Hold on.
We got the trifecta.
The trifecta working, but it wasn't 1.5.
No, sir. No, sir. It's a full 1 on.
A full 1 on.
Absolutely.
So it's one, if they give me 1 or go home.
How do you say 1 in Italian? I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, you know with the Italian background. I'm supposed to be asking you that.
Help, Barbara, help.
Barbara, how you doing? You mic'd up?
No, she's not mic'd up.
Barbara says she's perfect, but they need to hear your lovely voice.
Yeah, they do need to hear it.
Barbara, you did.
Barbara.
Just
Barbara.
Well, we don't want to force it, but just slide that on. See, it doesn't even hurt, does it? A little bit? All right. How you doing, Barbara? You're not going to hear me right now, but trust me, we hear you. Okay. How you doing, Barbara? Look, Barbara, I want to ask you this question. Don't play him no mind.
Oh, goodness.
How do you deal with him?
Carefully. Carefully.
Good answer. Good. Well, look. We hear from him all the time, right? And now we know you guys do an outstanding job.
Yeah, I'm gonna go eat some pizza. You
go eat some pizza. Explain, what does Mobius mean to you? It's well.
Whoa. Where is that pizza?
Just like home. Now, what district are you teaching in? Get out of here. I was an administrator in Tomball for 5 years. Yes, I know Chris Trotter and all them guys. And what school are you at? Somebody right across the street from the high school. What? That was down the street. Yeah, I'm thinking about the junior high that's right across the street. What do you know? That man, you teach music.
Go.
Well, they asked me to change my major to music when I was younger, but I didn't want to do that. I sing a little bit, so that means you can sing.
She sings in the kitchen.
You sing. She said, "Give me, what's your favorite song? Your very favorite song?" Who? Uh-oh, she's thinking, ladies and gentlemen.
Bessemer.
Okay, we're going to have to reconvene this, but I was going to have you singing, but they didn't blow the whistle. It's time to start the second half. Boy, we want to thank Mobius Pizza, Mobius Cafe Pizzeria, being our halftime spotlight, our halftime meal, as we get ready to do this second half of kickoff. My man Henry, my lady Barbara, my Tomball lady Barbara. All right, and guys, ready to take it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it work.
Make it work.
We're gonna make it work.
So thank you, Mobius Pizza. Doc, it looks like the Buccaneers gonna start off their second half with a trick play on the kickoff. They did. They showed fake, but they didn't actually give it to them.
Absolutely. As Andre getting resettled back in the booth.
No twist on things.
Well, thank you, sir. Hope you guys were able to enjoy, and hope the listening audience is enjoying as well.
Oh, nice. Looks like they faked the receiver running in motion to the left and came back with grace to the right. That is so key. You're exactly right, sir. That is so key. Every little kids on through pro, always keep your legs turning. That will give you positive results every time. Look at this. Wow, he went to a pile of defenders and blockers, and he emerges free and gets an additional 10 yards. Oh, my goodness. Oh. That was just beyond his reach. If I were him, I would have just laid out just to make the catch. I agree. And in that case, it seems as though it's just beyond the receiver's reach. Again, I think the receiver could have benefited by laying out for that one. Well, that's a tremendous play. I mean, you were able to eat up a lot of real estate right there. So now you are from 2nd and 9 to 3rd and 1. Tremendous. Bucks are still throwing. It looked like the little stop route that just didn't connect on. Defender was there, made contact with the receiver as he tried to make the catch. Agreed. Well, they're on the 41-yard line going in. I don't know if I would necessarily do that, but again, they just have 1 yard and they have been playing well. So let's see what. Wow. He was met behind the line of scrimmage with a gentleman on his back. I have 2 syllables for Carlos Gray, sir. Workhorse. He's going to keep it to himself. He's going to be brought down. Just made it back to the line of scrimmage. He had a man wide open on the swing route. Yeah, he had the 14 on the swing route. I'm not sure why he did not necessarily throw it to Brandon Hooks. Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't throw it because Hooks had a lot of open space to work with, but he chose not. And I'm not sure if you caught that, but Gray slipped just under the grass with Big 61, who we spoke of earlier, just under his grass. It was able to get some positive yards. Yes, sir. Well, this is, again, they're coming out on all cylinders. They're able to. Wow. Yes, sir, wisely so. But let me just mention this, if you will, Ms. Davis, that the quarterback just flicked his wrist, and that ball traveled 50 yards. I mean, he was the flick of his wrist. Yes. Correct. And there's a flag down. I'm not sure why. Looked at there was no premature contact. He caught the ball and then he was tackled down. I'm not sure what happened. Yes, sir. I don't know if it's maybe a horse collar tackle. I'm not sure what exactly transpired, but from here the play looked clean. Maybe they're waving the flag off. Okay, I guess so. Wow. Maybe a block in the back? I'm not sure.
Fumble on the play, and it will be recovered by the Apaches.
Wow. Can't fumble in that area, sir. You're already trying to march down the field. You're already deep back in your own territory. You cannot afford to fumble. And Andre, I talked about Danny Palmer talking to his kids in the halftime. Wow. And they get the kick reception. Oh, exactly. I mean, it's just a win-win. I guess they do that to really deter a team from even trying to go that route. But in this case, the Apaches were not. They were just simply caught behind the goal line. And this is where Dr. Prince's observation paid off. I mean, again, don't go for it. Just chip away, 3 points here, 3 points there, and you get a touchdown. Now you have a safety. And these points are adding up. Agree. I mean, this is very competitive. It's very physical, and it's very entertaining. So, to say the least, I mean, you get more than you bargained for tonight. And see, this is what we're talking about. He's punting from his 20. Oh, look at this. Still on his feet. And that goes to prove the point right there. You have to punt for your 20. If the receiving team gets it, Weefall does a wonderful job of eating up real estate. He gets almost to the 50-yard line. Who can you imagine starting a series from the 50, almost the 50-yard line? Yes, sir. And we just mentioned the last series how he flicked the ball and threw it 50 yards basically on the run. Oh my goodness. Yes, sir. That would be rocket time. Yeah. I think he's trying to catch a defender, like looking for a little seam somewhere he can actually turn it up. Never really saw that. Smartly ran out of bounds. Lived to fight another day. Yes. You're exactly right. I mean, sometimes it works to your advantage. It depends on the runner, the style, and all these different things. But, again, more often than not, you want to run north-south, as you stated. Oh. Again, Mr. Davis, I want to tell you right now, 61, Jordan Crawford. He's a beast. That's not at all, and not helping out Wheatfield's great return from the kick. I would probably try and go for in 2 segments instead of 1 big chunk. We had 2 defenders to shake. One went high, one went low, and they just took him down. I mean, he got a few yards back, but again, it's third and long, very long. And Mr. What is you saying, third and forever? Yes, sir. Oh, he's coming. Oh, wow. Now, that's amazing. He tries to throw it out of bounds, but he doesn't quite throw it out of bounds. Even when the defender elevated to catch the ball, I thought he landed out of bounds, but I guess not. And mind you, sir, there's no argument from the Buccaneers sideline, so he must have been in. Out of bounds. And they're knocking on the door. Oh, here comes the heat. Here comes the heat. Screen. That was for a first down, and what a play. That 160-pound receiver made it happen, and that was a great play by the Apaches. A good-looking screen, netted them the first down. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we talked about turnovers working to the Buccaneers' advantage earlier in the game. Now, this particular turnover might really hurt them. Wow. This is, again, they're building, one play is building on the next, and their confidence grows. Very elusive receivers. They're catching the ball. They're making first person miss. Yes, sir. Wow. Every single time, and you would think this would be old hat after a while, but somehow the message just isn't getting through. Oh, that is close. That is close, sir. You know, if he had just gotten a little more of a push from that. The jumbos there. Well, Mr. Davis, they say football's a game of inches. They're about to get some. Wow, it's so funny you mentioned that jumbo set. So initially, you're not the lineman, the offensive backfield is not allowed to block necessarily, but the way they get away with it, they call, I'm engaging a defender. I'm not necessarily pushing my quarterback in the back to push him forward, propel him forward. I'm engaging the pile, engaging the defender, and that's how they get away with that. So I'm not sure what happened in that pile, but it looks like one of the linemen, or even one of the we were just speaking of one of the big boys from the pushing from the back, maybe twisted. Yeah, you talked about that before. So you care to share a story? $76. It looks like he's getting some assistance off the field, but again, doesn't look to be too badly injured. So the Apaches did score the touchdown. They're going to go for the point after right now. And yes, sir. And Ms. Davis, let me just share this again. I hate to keep beating this horse, but again, if not for that interception, that turnover, remember he was trying to throw it out of bounds. Williams was going to throw it out of bounds, but he threw it a little too close to the sideline, and the defender got it and was able to come down in play and make that interception. Again, particularly that play, because again, it gives the Apaches extra field position. It is a momentum swing, and you see what they did? They were able to capitalize on it. Throw it in that first row. Well, sir, it stands to reason. We've been speaking this whole game about how close the game appears, and although the score belied the actual game performance, and here we are. We're back in the game. Oh. Sir, I don't know what happened there. Well, actually, I do know what happened there because I've been on the receiving end of that. It appears as though they're going to do a simple reverse handoff, but just as the receivers came together, he tossed the ball up. It's a handoff. It looked to me as though Weefall was expecting a handoff. He tossed the ball up. Weefall does not secure it, drops it, and then tries to pick it up, and it loses ground. So, like you said, the ball's marked at like the 7-yard line. I don't think so either. I mean, you observe that when almost not desperation time, but when you really need it. And there was no need. I mean, yes, The Apaches scored, but you've been moving the ball. So just go get back to what got you there. Or as Dr. Prince says, dance with the one who brought you. Now, do you know what Davion Boyd does that Williams does not? I mean, what has been your assessment thus far each time Boyd's come in? Question answered. He did get some positive yards out of it, but oh my goodness, that last play, nice play. Mhm. Oh, there's a reception. That's a reception. That's a shoestring reception. He had to. That ball was actually thrown out of bounds. He had to position his body away for the defender and still make the catch and still drag his toes. Swing pass. Oh. 12. That was a great open field tackle. Swing passes, again, this is a lateral pass. You know, the running back ran out to his left. Grace ran out to his left. He had real estate on either side. That defender lowered his shoulders and just took his legs right from under him before he could actually make a move, before Grace could actually make a move. Oh. Great observation. Great observation. And what a punt. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. What was that, a 50, 60-yard punt? They were at the 20. That punt is now at the 21-yard line on the opposite end. $59-yard punt? Wow. Wow. It was. It really was. I mean, that carried, and yes, it was indeed muffed, but that punt carried with some distance. And Mr. Davis, here's what you don't want. You don't want the Apaches to start feeling confident they can do stuff like this now, considering the fact they did just score. You want to kill their drive and kill their interest in making this stuff happen. You definitely want to kill their desire.
So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 2, and they're going to hand this one off up the middle, and he's going to have just enough for the 1st down.
Wow. Now, again, that's 59-yard punt, great punt. But if they get this back 1 first down at a time, it'll all be for naught.
3:53 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 15-7 on score in favor of the Bucs. 1st down and 10. Ball plays at the 35-yard line. Apaches moving right to left. Wooden looks right, throws right, and he has a man that pass complete, but he's met immediately after a gain of 2 yards on the play.
Looks like the Buccaneers are getting the defense getting their swag back so they can start feeling confident again about their ability to stop the ball, passing or running.
Number 16, Justin Bailey on the reception for the Apaches. 2nd down and 8. Twin receiver setup as Wooden takes a snap, and he's being pressured. He's going to throw this one downfield, and that pass is complete to number 21, Jamal Bell, for a huge game for the Apaches.
What a great back shoulder throw.
Now, talk about focus by Bell on that last reception.
Sir, he had a defender right in his face. He was able to reverse his fielding and catch it on his back shoulder and fell going to the ground.
So the Apaches go to hurry-up offense as Wood is going to throw this one to Wilson on the right side, and that pass is complete, and he's going to go out of bounds, but not after a huge gain for the Apaches.
Sir, I will tell you right now, the Apache offense is feeling themselves, and they're like, listen, we can do no wrong.
As we have 2:55 remaining here late in the third quarter, Apaches go with a no-huddle offense, and he's going to hand this one off to Vines at the middle. He's going to be met immediately for a gain of no yards on the play.
The big number 4?
Big number 4, Antoine Jackson Jr., as Vines ran into a brick house on that last play. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yes, sir. You definitely want to run the opposite way when he's coming.
As Wooten throws this one, and he has a man that passes complete. And he's right at the first down marker, not quite. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. And there it is again. They're bringing out that jumbo package, the heavy set, for this 3rd down and 1.
Bringing out the heavy so they can push through. And, again, they've had success thus far, so not surprising.
Clock continues to run under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter as they're going to push the pile forward. I do see a flag on the play.
That could have been the defender swiping the ball before the center got it off. That flag came out pretty early, so I'm not sure exactly
what. We're going to have offsides on charge against the Buccaneers, and Coach Lane is not happy with that one.
No, sir, that's not.
Excuse me, Coach Mahan. Excuse me, is not happy with that one.
No, sir.
And that's going to bring up 1st down and 10 for the Apaches.
The score is so close now, and they're knocking on the door again. You definitely don't want to give them anything. Make them earn it.
You definitely do not want to help the Apaches out if you're the Blinn Buccaneers. It's going to be 1st down and 10, moving right to left as Wooden hands this not to Vines up the middle. And he gets past the first wave of defenders. He's going to be brought down to the gain of 4 yards on the play.
You know, he squeezed through, lost his footing. Had he held his feet, he could have actually maybe even scored.
Yes, sir. Clock continues to run. 1:25 remaining in the third quarter. If you're just now tuning in, the nail biter on our hands as Bucks lead this one 15-7. 2nd down and 8 as Wooden hands this not to Vines again up the middle. This time he's met after a gain of 2 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. Ball placed right at the 10-yard line.
And that's still not deterred them from going no huddle.
Yes, sir.
They're getting a call from the sideline as we speak. They're going to keep Blinn back on their heels.
Twin receiver setup. Vines offset to Wooden's right. Wooden takes the snap. He's going to air this one in the end zone, and that pass is complete for Apaches. Touchdown.
I'm not going to call that play a cakewalk, but that was a pretty wide-open, easy play.
That was very easy, very wide open. Number 3, Jeremy Wilson on the reception for the Apaches. And just like that, the momentum has definitely swung in the favor of the Apaches. Even though they're down, this extra point is going to make it 15-14. Even though they're down by 1, the fact that they drove all the way from the 20-yard line, they drove 80 yards and scored to make this a 15-14 score here late in the third quarter with 44 seconds remaining.
Agreed, and that's after that 59-yard punt. I mean, almost a 60-yard punt, and they were able to drive the length of the 80 yards, as you stated so well. And what, 8 plays? I mean, not that many plays.
Yes, sir.
Every play netted them positive yardage.
Yes, sir. And they went with the hurry-up offense that entire drive. That's something they've been doing in the first half. The Buccaneers tried it in the first half, but the Apaches have been doing it this entire time. They went with the hurry-up offense. On that particular drive, they was able to manage the clock, and they drove it 80 yards for a touchdown. And with that score, this is a 1-point ball game with 44 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Wow. And again, I mean, as you mentioned earlier, I mean, again, that hurry-up offense does wonders because it doesn't allow the defense to actually get their personnel packages in that they would like to see. So you keep the personnel on the field, and you just have to go with what you have, unless you call a timeout. Buccaneers chose not to call a timeout. Had they called a timeout, they can get the personnel in they want, but Coach Mahan did not chose not to do so.
Now, with this being anybody's ball game, if I'm the Blinn Buccaneers, I want to see Carlos Grace and I want to see Devin Williams on the field for this particular offensive drive. I understand you got number 10, Davion Boyd, and he's excellent at quarterback. He can definitely get you some positive yards with his feet, but you definitely want your playmakers in by this being only a 1-point game if you're the Blinn Buccaneers.
I concur, sir. And the bottom line is
they're going to
here we go.
Kick this one off.
Here we go.
Be fielded.
Oh, his own defender, his own man.
Oh, my goodness.
Shot out of a cannon up the sideline, and he ran into his own blocker.
Jones for the return for the Blinn Buccaneers. And, yes, sir, as you just mentioned, ran into his own man. Could have picked up more positive yards. That is a killer.
Sir, he would still be running right now.
And it appears that we had a flag on the play. I think it may have just fell out of his pocket. As we will have first down and 10. Ball will be placed at the 34-yard line. The Buccaneers moving left to right. 15-14 is our score here from Brenham, Texas, with 42 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
It is on here in Brenham, as you stated before. I mean, barn burner, nail biter, whatever analogy you want to use, it is going down here in Brenham.
Williams hands off to Grace up the middle, and he's going to use his blockers. Get back to first wave. Tries the spin move. He's going to be brought down after a gain of nice yards, 5 yards to be exact, on the play.
And again, 5-yard chunk is great, but Grace ran his own blocker.
Yes, sir.
Well, not Grace's fault, just that he's trying to advance the ball and the blocker.
And that's another thing that Grace does well. He uses his blockers every chance he gets, as they're going to give it to him yet again, using great field vision, but this time he's going to be met after a gain of 1 yard. That's going to bring up third down and a manageable 3.
Manageable, I totally agree. I mean, he cut back against the grain there. Didn't see anything to his left, cut back to his right. Bought a yard. I'll take that. And, again, it makes it easier to get that first down and keep those sticks moving.
And with that, our third quarter has come to an end here from Brenham, Texas. A nail-biter, a bomb-burner, whatever you want to call it. Fourth quarter is upon us. 15-14 is our score.
And I don't want to say this as a premonition, sir, but let me just – something I just took note to. As soon as the third quarter ended, you saw the Apaches excited about fourth quarter.
Yes, sir.
Jumping around, enthusiastic. I didn't see that from the Blinn Buccaneers. And I don't want to be a premonition for that, what's to come. But the attitude going into this fourth quarter, it seems as though the Tyler Junior College was much more amped up.
And as they're still amped up right now, and as you just mentioned, and that's for the coaching, that's his job to get his guys hyped up, letting his guys know that, hey, even though I'm up by 1, I'm down by 1, this is nobody's ball game.
Exactly.
This is anybody's ball game. You have to come out with that same intent that you came out for the first 3 quarters here in the fourth quarter.
Exactly. And Blinn is up by 1, and they're at home.
Yes,
so
sir.
You have the crowd behind you.
Yes, if anybody should be pumped up, it should be you.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
You're up by 1, but you are at home. You got the crowd behind you. They're gonna support you 100%. You have to reciprocate that and go out there and play your game the way you've been playing it.
Exactly. And as if on cue, the Blinn
I think it just took a moment. They're hyped up now.
Definitely. Gotcha. Little delayed response.
Yes, sir. So teams have switched sides. Buccaneers will be moving right to left. Third down and a manageable 3. Ball placed at the 41-yard line. Twin receiver setup. Grace offset to Williams right. 15-14 is our score here at the top of the fourth quarter. Williams takes a snap. Hands it off to the big man Grace at the middle, and he will have enough for a Buccaneers first down.
Nice run. I mean, we're talking about almost getting there, but he got there and then some on that play. So maybe Carlos Grace needs that.
I admire the play caller of the Blinn Buccaneers. They're not showing nothing fancy. They're going to continue to do what they've been doing. As we don't face this from the Grace, he's going to throw it to Wheatfall to the right side, and he's going to spin off one defender. He's going to be brought out of bounds after a gain of 8 yards on the play.
Wow. What you said earlier, smash mouth.
Yes, sir. I was mentioning before, I love the play calling by the Blinn Buccaneers as they're going with a hurry-up offense here on 2nd and 1. They're going to hand this one off to Grace at the middle, and he's going to rumble and stumble enough for a Buccaneers first down.
First down, yes, sir. And, again, that's the goal.
They're not
doing 6 moving.
Yes, sir.
Nothing fancy. Dance with the one that got you there.
Not doing anything fancy. They're doing what they've been doing. That's what got them here thus far, and they're going to keep doing it. They're sending the message saying, hey, stop it if you can. As they're going to hand off to Grace up the middle yet again. This time he's met after a gain of 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 7.
I don't know if Grace is starting to tire. They might want to give him a blow and let him recoup.
And they have the other running back, Robert Franklin, who's been substituting for Grace throughout this ball game.
Who's more than capable.
Absolutely. As Grace has he sends a man in motion, and we're going to keep this one up the middle, and he's going to pick up roughly 4 yards on the play.
That jet sweep faked me out because I thought the receiver had the ball.
So they sent number 8, DeAndre Reed, in motion on that play, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. Ball placed at the 36-yard line.
Oh.
Bucks moving right to left as we do have flags on the play. A late flag, if you will, but a flag nonetheless.
I saw the motion from the offense. I was wondering what the back judge was waiting on to drop his flag. He did so. Justifiably so. I mean, there was movement on the line, and wow.
So there's going to be a
I'm sorry. I was going to say it goes from 3rd and 4 to what?
That's going to be from 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 9.
Wow.
So a false start charge against the Buccaneers. You do not want to go backwards in this ball game.
Right.
The stakes are high in this game. You're up by 1 with 13:21 to play here in the 4th quarter. You want to continue to get positive yards. They won't lose it down. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. Ball placed at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, you almost shoot yourselves in the foot.
Back to pass. He's being pressured. Rolls to his right.
Oh, here we go.
He's going to air this one deep.
Wow.
And that pass is complete at the 2-yard line.
That was a battle for the ball. The receiver and defender were both battling for the ball, and wow.
And that was the redshirt freshman, number 86, Christian Drake, on the huge reception for the Blinn Buccaneers. Now they have the ball at the 2-yard line with 12:58 remaining here in the 4th quarter.
What a play.
As he's going to hand this one off
wow.
for the Blinn Buccaneers. Touchdown.
What a turn of events. Here we are, one moment, speaking of the penalty costing them, and in the blink of an eye.
Number 24, Carlos Grace, punching it in for the Blinn Buccaneers, but we have to give credit to the huge reception by number 86, Christian Drake, which set up that 2-yard run by Grace.
Mr. Davis, I agree. And let me share something with you. That pass was made possible by Williams scrambling to his right, keeping his eyes down the field. He wasn't worried about the heat coming left or right. He kept his eyes down the field and delivered a strike to that corner of the field.
Well, that poise in this young man, that being Devin Williams, the poise that he has showed in the pocket so far this season has been tremendous, and he showed it just right there on that particular drive. He was being flushed out of pocket.
Yes, sir.
He was being pressured.
He was on.
He rolled to his right, as you just mentioned, kept his vision downfield to hit Drake on the 2-yard line. Excellent play, excellent poise there by Devin Williams.
Beautiful. I mean, they talk about basketball being so beautiful, the passing and the grace. That was beautiful at football play because, again, everyone did their jobs. And it was a positive result because of it. And here, again, turns into a Blinn touchdown.
Yes, sir. So with 12:52 remaining here in the 4th quarter, that touchdown will put the Blinn Buccaneers up 22-14 here early. It's still early, but in the 4th quarter here from Brenham, Texas.
Anyone's game. And again,
yes, sir.
I'm just happy to be here, and let's see how this pans out.
As this kick will go out of bounds, not with the doctor's order, so that's going to be a penalty. Kick goes out of bounds, so the Apaches will have this one at the 35-yard line.
Yes, sir. And again, you're coming off of a touchdown score, and you're excited, but you want to keep the ball in. Or just boot it through the back of the end zone if you have the leg power to do so, because you don't want to give them – that ball's going to be at the 40-yard line now. Or 35-yard line now.
Absolutely.
Unnecessarily.
Absolutely. And I believe Dr. Prince mentioned that before. If you're going to kick it deep, you definitely want to try to kick it out of bounds. And it appears that they tried to pin them inside the 5-yard line. Sometimes that is costly if the ball goes out of bounds, and it did exactly that. So the Apaches will have 1st down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line.
Well, sir, that ball is oblong.
Wooden hands. It's not the Vines at the middle. And he's going to push the pile forward for a gain of 6 yards on the play.
Yes, sir. And as I want to say, the ball is oblong, so it's subject to do anything. So, you want to keep that in mind when you're trying to make plays like that.
12:35 and counting remaining here in the fourth quarter. Bucks on top of this one, 22-14. Second down and 4. Ball placed at the 41-yard line. Wooden. Drop back to pass, and he's going to throw this one deep.
Wow.
And he's going to throw this in double coverage, and that
Wow.
pass is incomplete. Oh!
Now, I don't know about that particular call. It seemed like there's some laundry on the field.
Oh, no.
That safety was there, and he did not make contact with the receiver until the ball came in.
And
So,
this call is what you, and every fan in here think it is, and that's exactly what it is. Pass interference charge against the Blinn Buccaneers.
wow.
Wow. I don't think the ref wanted to see the Blinn Buccaneers put this one away.
I guess not. I thought that was a well-defended play.
Oh, my goodness. Well, nonetheless, the Apaches will catch a break on that particular play, and that's going to be first down and 10. Ball placed at the 44-yard line. Apaches moving left to right.
Well, that was a big play, and it might prove to be a difference maker as the game goes on.
Twin receiver setup. Vines offset to Wooden's right. Wooden hands us not to Vines to the left side. He gets past the 40, past the 45, keeping his feet moving, and he's going to be brought down at about the right at the 30-yard line.
I have 4 syllables for that one. Determination. Is that 4?
Well, Vines is a 5'11", 178-yard running back. He kept his feet moving on that play. And they're going to give it to him yet again. And he gets past the 20, past the 15, past the 10, keeping his feet moving. And he's going to stretch this one forward. Touchdown, Tyler Jr. College. Wow.
Wow. Again, the Apaches came to play. I mean, not that Blinn did not, but, man.
And just like that, off that pass interference, which in my opinion, a blown call, off that pass interference call, the Apaches marched this one down by Shannon Vines for a touchdown.
Well, let me try this again. I have 5 syllables for you. Determination.
Oh, my goodness.
Because they were definitely determined to score, and they did so. And now we're back to almost knotting the game up.
Kick is up, and it is good. So just like that, we are back to a 1-point ball game. 22-21 is our score off of a 30-yard run by number 28, Shannon Vines of the Apaches.
Well, again, as you know, we're here in Brenham, and Texas football is legendary, and they're living up to the hype tonight. And speaking of legendary, if you have needs, Hexar Comfort Solutions has legendary solutions for your heating or cooling needs. Contact the ClearWave office at 22803 Shield Road in Cypress, Texas, 77433, Hexar Comfort Solutions.
So the Apaches with a statement on that play, letting the Blinn Buccaneers know that this game is not over yet. This is still anybody's ball game. Momentums have been swinging here in the second half, specifically here in the third quarter. We still have a lot of football left to be played. 11:59 remaining here in the third quarter. 22-21 our score in favor of the Bucks.
A lot of football indeed, and because of these hurry-up offense, these guys are going down the field pretty rapidly. So there's no telling how this game's going to end.
Yes, sir. And he's going to be fielded at the 10-yard line,
goodness.
and he's going to get past the 15, brought down at the 20-yard line.
Did you see that, sir?
Yeah.
Ran into his blocker.
Again. Ran into his blocker again.
Wow.
Now, that happened twice in a row now. Is that his fault, or is that the blocker's fault for getting in his way twice?
I'm not sure on that one. I mean, kickoffs are very fluid.
They say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, now shame on me. I shouldn't keep running into you. You keep going the same direction every time.
Well, sir, in their defense, there's been different runners each time. So maybe that's what it was.
Well, was he not watching?
Thank you. Good point. Touche on that one. Touche.
Well, nonetheless, the Blinn Buccaneers will have a fresh set of downs. Ball placed at the 21-yard line, moving right to left. Williams going to hand this one off to Franklin to the left side. He's going to be brought down at the gain of 2 yards on the play.
Well, again, you want to eat clock, you want to score. do what you can do to score. But this game is going down to the wire.
Yes, sir. With 11:33 remaining here in the fourth quarter, a nail-biter, a bum-burner, whatever you want to call it, here from Brenham, Texas, but definitely competitive football here this Saturday evening.
Texas football.
Nothing like it.
No, sir.
To the right for the Bucks as they're going to hand this off to Franklin again. This time he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage.
Well, again, they ran 2 plays in a row. It was third down and like 9. They had definitely a pass situation. They're on the 21-yard line, so they definitely have to pass. I'm not sure what they're going to go with, but as you see, if they're not successful, they'll be punting.
But you just mentioned it, Mr. Cobb, an obvious passing situation here for the Bucks. And that's going to make this one 3rd and 9. Ball placed at the 22-yard line. Trips to the right as Williams drop back to pass, and he has time, and man, that pass is incomplete. Number 1, Kedrick Wheatfall, the intended receiver on the play, as fans wanted a pass interference call on the play.
He was pushed out of bounds while he was airborne by the defender, but the ball was uncatchable. The ball was actually past him at that point. Wasn't necessarily a great sportsmanship play.
Now, here's where it becomes mental, guys. You don't want some questionable calls that didn't go your way to be the cause of you losing the finished part of this game.
Good point. That they didn't call it, I guess because it wasn't a catchable ball. A lot of times I see refs doing that all the time, but as you just mentioned, you definitely don't want that to happen, as he's going to fair catch this one at the 39-yard line, right at the 40 to be exact.
Yes, sir, with 60 yards to go, and again, the game's close, and again, you don't want to let it come down to anything questionable.
Well, that's the difference between being a winner and a champion. A winner is always making excuses on why they didn't happen. A champion deals with where they fell short, and you make the most out of everything. Now, we could easily be talking about the Apaches. They had 2 turnovers in the red zone earlier, and they could be up right now. But so you got to play with the hand that's dealt with you.
Good point, Doc.
10:31 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 21-22 our score in favor of the Bucks. First down and 10. Wooden hands this off to Wilson on the left side, and he's met at the line of scrimmage by the big man, Antoine Jackson Jr.
That's who's going to have to step up. Jackson and that front four and the entire defense, they were kind of pushed around on that last series, and so they're going to have to make a statement that was a fluke, and we're in it to win it.
Yes, sir.
Ball placed at the 40-yard line. Apaches moving left to right. As Wooden says a man in motion, he's going to fake this one to Wilson, and he has a man. That pass is complete, and he sheds 2 defenders, keeps his feet in bounds, sheds 3 defenders past the 40, and he's still running. He's going to be knocked out of bounds after a huge, huge gain for the Apaches. That was number 1, Cameron High.
Yes, sir. Easily 25-yard gain off of that reception. I mean, what a – wow, how slick was this runner?
You see strong determination and fatigue possibly showing up in that secondary.
And that's what I call coming through here late in the fourth quarter. That's going to bring up first down and 10. Ball placed at the 44-yard line. He's going to hand this one out to Wilson, and he's met at the line of scrimmage yet again by the big man, Antoine Jackson Jr.
Yes, sir. Playmaker extraordinaire, and he's bearing down. Let's get everybody involved and make a difference out there.
Clock continues to run as we have 9:25 remaining here in the fourth quarter. You're just now tuning in. 22-21 our score in favor of the Bucks. Apaches with the possession. Second down and 10. Wooden drop back to pass. He has a man that pass complete past the 35, and he's going to be brought down at the 24-yard line.
Well, Doc, let me ask you a question, and as well as you, Ms. Davis. How much do you think conditioning plays a part at this point?
Well, conditioning is definitely going to play a part because now the weather's cooler, which means that the air is heavier, as into being thin in the summertime. So these guys got to adjust their oxygen levels.
As Wooden hands out to Vines up the middle, and he's going to gain 11 yards on the play for another fresh set of downs for the Apaches.
Well, they're moving to 6, guys.
Yes, sir. The Apaches going with the hurry-up offense yet again on this drive as we have stoppage in the play.
Why is that? Because you're seeing the guys up front humping over, trying to catch their breath. That's the design behind that no-huddle offense. You see you guys are weakening in the armor. Keep on until you get through it.
You're right, but let me point out something, Doc. And, I mean, I know you know this already, but their offense is still out there as well. So their big guys are still out there, but I guess because they're getting first down.
Well, it's not only that, but when you know where the play is going, remember, on the defensive side, you're guessing.
Correct.
You have to react, and the offense is dictating the flow of the ball.
Correct.
So it's easier to go downhill than to go uphill.
Yes, sir.
8:50 remaining here in the fourth quarter, 22-21 our score. First down and goal for the Apaches, moving left to right, ball placed at the 10-yard line. Twin receiver set up, Vines offset to Wooden's right. Wooden, drop back to pass. He's being pressure, and he's just going to throw this one long out of bounds in the back of the end zone.
Ill-advised. We talked about Williams doing the same thing himself for Blinn.
Yes.
That play could have easily been picked off by a Blinn defender.
And he was definitely pressured on that play by the big man, Antoine Jackson Jr., and he just threw that one up for grabs.
Yeah, literally up for grabs. It could have come down in the wrong hands if you were Apache.
A more victory here if the Bucs can make the Apaches settle for 3.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir, without a doubt.
Second and goal for the Apaches. Wooden hands this one out to Vines up the middle, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, keeps his feet moving, picks up 2 yards on the play.
Well, Doc, excellent insight onto that point. Again, they're going to drive the lane for the field, and if they only get 3 out of that, you feel like, hey, at least we stopped them. And we're
clock continues to run as we're down to about 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, 22-21 our score here from Brenham, Texas, in favor of the Blinn Buccaneers. Third down and goal.
For now.
Like they're going to go with the stack formation on the left side. Wouldn't throw this one quickly in the end zone, and that pass is caught for an Apaches touchdown. Number 21, Jamal Bell, on the reception.
I'm trying to look for a flag or anything, but no go.
Wow. So just like that, the Apaches take their first lead here in today's contest. And with this extra point, it's going to make it 28-22 here midway through the fourth quarter.
The Apaches were not scared. Therefore, they were not chicken. And speaking of chicken, Bush's chicken. I missed out on the Bush's chicken earlier to say, but I understand you guys enjoyed some. So we'd like to definitely mention them. Let them know you can reach them at 979-836-1804. 979-836-1804. Brenham's best chicken, Bush's chicken.
Yes, sir, and it was mighty, mighty excellent, as I may add to it. So we have a timeout on the field, timeout charge against the Apaches. And, guys, you mentioned the intensity that the Apaches came out with on that offensive possession. I would like to see the Blinn Buccaneers with that same intensity once they get the ball here next. They've been doing it in the first half. That's the same intensity I would like to see the Blinn Buccaneers have on this next possession.
Well, what you got to realize now, guys, is this. The Bucs have to match that intensity, as you mentioned, and I got to go with my horse.
Yes.
I know Grace is tired, but he's a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to have to put on his big boy pants and ride this hero. But now is when you want that athleticism of Williams to kick in right now.
Yes, sir.
So you have that 1-2 combination. Williams, if the lanes are there, drop back, design quarterback draws, rolling out, shorten that field up, and work with what defense is going to give you. We've been talking about it all evening. This is still the number 5 defense in the nation, and they showed it here in the second half.
Yes, sir, they have shown it. And, again, instead of putting in Boyd, which is an obvious run, like you said, Doc, go ahead and let Williams do a quarterback draw, get some first down, and set them back on the hill.
Absolutely. I think the tempo said we're set for another back-to-back barn burn with the Rose Hill Angry Birds and tonight now with the Buccaneers.
So here's that the Apaches are going to go for it here. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion. As Whitten is going to run all over the field. He's being pressured, and he's going to run completely backwards, but he still is going to have time to throw this. Intercepted by the
returner for 2.
Past the 5-yard line, and he's brought down at the 6.
Wow, he could have returned that.
That was a Madden scramble, if you will, by Wooden. He ran all over the field.
Madden in real life.
My goodness. Wooden, he saw Antoine Jackson Jr.
button.
Guys, he saw Antoine Jackson Jr., and he took off like it was no tomorrow.
Yes, sir. That was an incredible play. I don't know if you guys recall this. Was it Super Bowl or the playoffs lead for the NFC Championship game with Donovan McNabb? He had like 4th and 22 to make. And
Are you an Eagles fan?
No, not necessarily. I'm just a football fan.
Oh, okay.
And I just thought it was a great scramble and a great catch. I mean, he got the yards he needed.
I'm going to pull a name out for you right now. Fran Tarkington.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I remember Fran Tarkington. Yes, sir.
Right there. I know you don't know anything about
the Minnesota Vikings. Fran Tarkington. Yes, sir. Purple people eaters.
Yes, sir.
Well, guys, on that last time out, it appears that that's what the Apaches were discussing. They were set up for the extra point, but they come back from the timeout. They decided to go for the 2 points, but they did not get it. So 22-27 is our score in favor of the Apaches here midway through the fourth quarter with 7:51 remaining.
And let me just go back with Doc to yesterday, and Fran, number 10, that's the original extender of plays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Well, who was his running back?
Chuck Foreman?
There you go.
Off the top of my head.
Yeah. Chuck Foreman.
I remember Chuck Foreman.
Definitely was a beast to be reckoned with.
Yes, 44.
Oh, yeah, 44 was his number.
Smith is going to field this at the 5, getting past the 10. Oh, and that ball comes through, but he picks it back up past the 30. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Wow.
My goodness. The ball came loose, but it was an excellent bounce in favor of Smith, and he was able to scoop it up and keep running.
Hey, you know what? That kid just saved his football career.
Now, question, do you put that on your highlight tape or no?
No.
Carries down. It could be a game winner.
I think the bounce is what helped him, Mike.
Well, the
it
bounce
bounced right back to him.
But it would show Jesus is safe.
Ball at the 35-yard line. Bucks moving right to left. First down and 10. As Williams sends a man in motion. Drop back to pass. He's going to air slide. He has a man wide open. It's complete. Past the 20. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
What a play.
Once again, Williams and his athleticism and the ability to throw that ball when they've been looking and playing that short game, go downfield. Now let's feed Grace so he throw up.
Williams to number 8, DeAndre Reed on that long reception.
Wow.
To set up a first down and 10 for the Blinn Buccaneers at the 15-yard line. Williams. He's going to air this back to the end zone. And that pass. He caught it, but he was not in bounds. Number 1, Kedrick Wheatfall.
But see, that's what these guys have to remember. They try to do the toe taps, and in college football, all you need is one foot.
One foot in college. 1 foot.
All you need is 1 foot.
Yes, sir. I'm fully aware of that. Yes, sir. You're exactly right.
That was great focus by Wheatfall because the defender didn't turn around.
No.
Yet again, that could have easily been a pass interference call. Mm-hmm. He did not turn around. That was excellent focus by Wheatfall to make the catch. But as Mike mentioned, tried to get 2 feet in bounds when you only need one.
Just need one.
So with that incompletion, that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Ball at the 15-yard line. Bucks moving right to left. Trips to the right. Pistol formation setup. As we have stoppage in the play, that's going to be delay a game against the Bucks.
Well, there, that was just a lack of composure right there. You're getting caught up in the emotion and the adrenaline flowing right now. That clock only stops temporarily.
Correct.
And you got to get there, get regrouped. Going back at this stage is not what you want.
And speaking of the clock, 7:16 remaining on the clock here in the fourth quarter. 27-22 our score. As they're going to hand this off to Grace up the middle, and he gains those 5 yards back. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
You let him get that earlier, and he's fighting for another 2 or 3 to get close to the goal line.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
6:58 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 27-22 our score in favor of the Apaches. 3rd down and 10.
Buccaneers are knocking.
Ball placed at the 15-yard line. Twin receiver setup. Grace offset to Williams left. Williams takes the snap, drop back to pass. He has a little bit of time, and he's flushed out of pocket, rolls to his right, and he throws this one in the back of the end zone out of bounds.
Wow.
That's going to bring up 4th down and 10. So what would you do?
Well, you got to kick it right now because you still got plenty of time, but you're running out.
Yes, sir.
You're definitely running out.
Well, it appears that the offense will stay on the field.
Wow. I'm surprised to see this. Very, very surprised to see this. I'm not sure what's going on. They're going to go for it. 4th and 10.
They're going to go for it. 4th and 10, ball at the 15-yard line. The crowd is on their feet here from Brenham, Texas. Twin receiver setup. Williams, drop back to pass. He's going to bust out of the pocket. He's going to roll this right. He has some room. He's going to throw it back in the end zone.
Wide open real estate. Wide open real estate.
He had the
I thought he was going to chuck it and run.
He could have kept it himself. Even if he didn't get the touchdown, he had enough to get the first down.
Now,
yes,
I'm going to have to agree to disagree with this. Get the field goal, inch closer, keep the momentum going. You are at home.
Correct.
It was 4th and 10.
I know. That boy might as well be
It wasn't 4th and 1.
Right.
Understandable. The ball was at the 15-yard line. It was 4th and 10.
But I understand
it wasn't 4th and 1.
But Doc, even in that instance, he had real estate in front of him.
He had real estate in front. That's fine. I need the points.
Yes, sir.
I'm trailing in the 4th quarter.
Yes, sir. At home.
So it's going to be a turnover on downs, 1st and 10 for the Apaches. They're going to hand off to Wilson up the middle, and he's going to pick up 2 yards on the play.
So let's see if the defense can buckle down and batten down the hatches and stop this Apache onslaught.
6 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. 27-22, our score in favor of the Apaches. 2nd down and 8. Ball placed at the 16-yard line. Apaches moving left to right. Twin receiver setup. Wilson offset to Wooden's left. As
long count,
they're pretty much going to take their time on offense as the clock is in their favor, and they're going to hand us off to Wilson yet again, but he's met at the line of scrimmage by the big man, Antoine Jackson Jr.
Wow,
man-child.
And you mentioned it, Mike. That's something he's going to have to continue to do here in the 4th quarter. He's going to step up for his defense. He did it right there on 2nd down, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Apaches.
Right through them for a loss. Got through his gap and made a shoestring tackle. Took him down.
Twin receiver setup. Woodson. Drop back to pass. He has a man pass complete. Past the 30. Past the 40. Past the 50. And it appears that he might take this one all the way. And he's going to be brought down inside the 10-yard line.
Wow.
Number 21.
When you're playing top quality teams, you got to take advantage of every opportunity. That was an opportunity for 3.
Correct.
To change the momentum.
This horse will not be there.
Good point. Huge game by Bill off the slant route. That's going to bring up 1st and goal for the Apaches. Ball placed at the 9-yard line. 4:40 remaining in the 4th quarter. 27-22 is our score. And they're going to hand this one off to Smith up the middle. He's going to pick up 3 yards on the play.
Andre, Dr. P's been beating his dead horse, but he actually has a valid point. Again, look what has transpired as a result of that. Going for 4th and 10 instead of taking 3 and keeping them deep. Now they have a tremendous run, and they are now knocking on the door again.
Yes, sir.
And you're already down.
Well, the Apaches will take their time as the clock is on their side.
You get out the cookie because they're about to milk this.
Yes, sir. 2nd down and goal. Ball placed at the 6-yard line. As Wooden's going to hand it off
what
to
a play.
again. This time he's met in the field. The ball comes out, but the ground cannot cause a fumble. His knee was already down. And that's going to bring up 3rd and goal as we have an injured Buccaneer on the field.
He made a great play, and now he's obviously in pain.
We have 3:42 remaining here in the 4th quarter. 27-22, our score in favor of the Apaches.
If I'm not mistaken, the Bucs still have all the timeouts.
Yes, sir. They still have 3 timeouts. The Apaches have 2.
Right. And so with that being said, it's about that time, and I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, gentlemen. But look how big that 3 is right now.
Yes.
Look how big it is. You just stop the momentum from them trying to go for 2.
Yes, sir.
You turn around and get 3. You're actually up by a point now.
There you go.
You got what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
It boils down to the numbers game and looking at the time remaining. How many possessions will I have? I got 3 timeouts as they're giving a big hand for the injured ball players coming off the field.
Cooper, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Right.
It was Jalen Cooper.
And Mahon's an outstanding guy, outstanding coach. But you got to think that he's scratching his head right now saying, I should have taken that 3.
I'll tell you what. I agree. I mean, this is going to come down to an actual score. You have to actually score now.
Yes.
When your back's against the wall.
When you're playing a game of this magnitude, it's not about just the X's and O's. It's also about the coaching decisions, too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The teams are back out onto the field. 3:42 remaining here late in the fourth quarter. 27-22 our score as the Apaches are knocking on the door yet again. 3rd down and goal, ball at the 6-yard line. Twin receiver setup.
Long count.
And it appears that they were going for the hard count, and it may have worked in their favor.
I believe it did, sir.
As is. Well, no, they're going to call a false start against the Apaches.
Well, thank you. That's all you can say, right?
Absolutely. Yes, so that's going to back the Apaches up 5 yards. More cushion room for the Blinn Buccaneers. It's still 3rd and goal.
Yeah, but now 3:26
remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Are they the 14-yard line now?
Yes, sir. Ball placed at the 14-yard line. Apaches moving left to right. Twin receiver setup. Wooden takes a snap, hands this one off to Smith to the left side. He gets past the 10 to 5.
Wow.
Touchdown. Tyler.
Wow.
So apparently that 5-yard penalty did not matter.
No.
No,
sir.
As number 6, J.T. Smith scores a touchdown. As we have another injured Buccaneer in the end zone.
Yeah, this is tough right now if you're a Buck fan, in particular Coach Mahon. And a game of this magnitude, you don't want to get too analytical.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to get too emotional. You still got some time left. You still got an uphill battle, but there's some time left. The decisions that I even spoke about a series ago, you got to let that go now.
Yes, sir.
And try and move forward to see if you can work with what you got. You got a little bit over 3 minutes left.
Yes, sir.
Still got 3 timeouts.
Yes, sir.
And but your deficit is a little bit deeper right now. And if I'm on the Apaches, I'm going to go for 2 here.
Yes.
When you mentioned, Mike, they do have some time, but they don't have a lot of time. They're definitely going to have to go fairly quickly. I would expect another deep ball on this next drive as we saw in that last drive. As it appears that the injured Buccaneer is up on his feet. I believe that is Vontae Davis.
Vontae Davis has had a big game, and
yes,
he's
sir.
definitely been a stapler for the defense. And you hate to see him go out. Hopefully it's not anything major, and he can conclude this game if need be.
So the Apaches are going to try for the 1 as the kick is up, and it is good. 34-22 our score in favor of Tyler here late in the fourth quarter with 3:18 remaining.
That's a 2-score lead or 2-score deficit, shall I say. No, I say score. I'm not talking about field goals. I'm talking about touchdowns.
Yes, sir. Yes. And 3:18 is definitely a lot of time in football, but you're definitely going to have to go quickly.
Well, it goes back to the first half when the Bucs had to settle for some field goals inside the red zone.
Correct.
And you, once again, not being a dead horse. When you're playing the number 4 team in the nation, yes, you're number 6, but they're number 4. And
for a reason.
And for a reason. And the number 5 defense in the nation. You've got to make them pay when you're in the red zone in particular. Not just on this side of the 50, but inside that red zone. I need touchdowns. I don't need field goals.
Sir, I think that horse is dead, but the point is it's valid.
I'm sorry.
Valid.
Well, they had an opportunity to go for a field goal on that last drive, but now 3 points is definitely not going to do you any good here.
No.
Yeah.
As you find yourself down by 12.
But the play calling and play selection would have been different had they just had to kick the field goal and just been down by much less. So it changes how you approach the game.
And the kick is up, and Jones is going to field this one at the 2-yard line. He's going to get past the 10 and have some blocking. Have a little daylight. Defender, and he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Good return. Positive yards, and puts them just 65 yards away.
Yeah. Now here's the challenge. Here's the grind. We've been talking about the explosiveness of Williams in managing the game.
Yes, sir.
Now he's in a position where he may feel that he has to win the game.
And he's definitely a playmaker, and that's something that he's definitely going to try to do. He's going to try to put the team on his back.
Which means he's going to try to force some throws, which could end up in – and I'm not hoping that, right? But it's the reality.
Ball placed at the 33-yard line. Williams takes the snap.
Oh, here we go.
He has Wheatfall, and that pass is
complete.
Yes, sir. Complete to number 1, Kedrick Wheatfall. And that's going to be enough for Buccaneers first down. They're going to go with the hurry-up offense.
Absolutely. They have to at this stage.
2:58 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Williams drop back to pass.
Here we go.
And he's going to use his legs to take off with this one. He gets past the 35. He's going to be brought down at the 24-yard line.
And they got to keep the urgency going. Don't get excited or too overconfident, because you got to still score twice.
Yes, sir. First down and 10. Ball plays at the 25. Williams takes the snap. Looks
here we go.
Left. He's going to try for the end zone, and that pass is broken up.
Good elevation by the defender. I mean, the pass was there. It wasn't necessarily high. It was anyone's ball, but, again, they took a shot. Just came up empty this time.
Just a little short.
Yes, sir.
But nonetheless, they're going with the hurry. But that last incompletion will stop the clock at 2:35. Ball placed at the 25-yard line, 2nd and 10. Bucks moving right to left. Williams drop back to pass.
Holding. Here we go.
Stop for the end zone.
Here we go.
Ball, and it's going to be incomplete yet again.
Now, correct me on this one, gentlemen. I think Wheatfall could have laid out on that one.
Well, yes.
He's been running a lot of routes. I know he's very tired.
Well, he saw the man-to-man coverage, and he just went for it on that play.
Yeah.
So with that incompletion, that will bring up 3rd and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line.
4-down series.
No doubt.
Drop back to pass. And he has a man. That pass is complete on the right side, right at the first down marker. But I thought they was going to give forward progress, but they did not.
Well, they're going to have to burn a timeout.
Yes, sir.
Doc, you called it. They just did burn a timeout.
There's a 7-yard pass completion as we have a flag on the play.
That's going to be holding, probably.
Yes, sir, it is. So you're going to back that one up?
Wow.
And here's the bad part about it. You call timeout and you got a hold, and they would have stopped the clock.
Anyway, blew a timeout unnecessarily.
So what could have been 3rd and a manageable 3 will be 3rd and 20.
Wow.
Ball placed at the 35-yard line. 2:10 remaining here late in the fourth quarter.
This is put up or shut up time.
Yes, sir. Do a middle screen, try to get half of it back.
There you go.
Williams sends a man in motion. He has plenty of time.
Here we go.
This one nearly intercepted by number 20, Cameron Solomon.
It looks as though the receivers are just some type of miscommunication as to who's going to be in that area.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to get it all in one play. You know this is 4-down territory. Let me get half of it back, a little swing pass to my back or a middle screen, something, because you know defense is going to be pinning their ears back.
As you mentioned, guys, this is put up or shut up. 1:53 here to go in the fourth down and 20.
The line has to hold.
Here we go. This is it. Air this one long. Incomplete turnover on downs. Wow.
That is amazing.
I have silence here from the crowd here in Brenham, Texas, as the Apaches will have the ball on the 35-yard line with 1:46 to go as they find themselves up here late in the fourth quarter, 34-22.
Yes, sir, Ms. Davis. I had to agree with with Dr. Prince's assessment on that. There's no need to go for it all in that third down. Get half one play, get the other half the second play. It's manageable. If you go for all the marbles, they can just lay back and play prevent, you know, that classic prevent defense. I guess this is the one time out of 100 that the prevent defense actually worked.
And I believe Mike mentioned it in the first half. Penalties can definitely cost you, and it was definitely costly for the Buccaneers on that drive.
Yeah, after that big game with the pass.
Yes, sir.
Brought it back.
So Wooden is going to fake this one to Wilson. He's going to take it himself, picks up 2 yards on the play, and the Buccaneers will have to burn another timeout.
Well, I don't know.
Mike is shaking his shoulders like, for what?
I mean, the damage is done. You got to keep fighting, though. You don't quit, but you have to call it what it is.
Yeah, I think the Apaches came and scalped the Buccaneers tonight, guys, because this is a winnable game, and for whatever reason, it just got out of hand. Penalties and all these other nuances played a part.
It's the tale of two halves.
There we go.
The Bucs led that first half, but they lost it in that first half as well by not being able to capitalize for 6 instead of 3s.
Point well taken. I mean, you're exactly right. Chelsea has, and it's like the Apaches definitely. I talked about Coach Danny Palmer coming. What would he say to his team?
That's what we said. That's what we said.
And obviously, he gave them enough firepower, enough confidence, and enough belief that they can come in and make a difference in the second half. And as you see, they've done that.
Well, the Apaches are going to continue to run this one to run the clock out as the teams come back onto the field. Ball at the 37-yard line, 2nd and 8.
I told you guys before, break out the cookies.
As Apache try to go with the hard count. They're going to just take their time here. As Wooden's going to hand this one off to Wilson up the middle. Gain of about a yard on the play. And the Buccaneers will burn another timeout with 1:40 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Because the Apaches are choosing to MILK the clock.
No doubt.
Right. He's too young to remember this, Doc. Remember Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live. CILL, my landlord.
I was just telling them that this
year. CILL, my landlord.
He's been making Saturday Night Live references this entire day, ever since we got here.
That's Saturday Night Live classic, sir. And it transcends decades. I mean, it goes back. Saturday Night Live.
Well, it's been on 46 years. 46 years.
Yes, sir.
46 years.
Long time.
Yeah, you wouldn't even thought of.
That's like Dan Aykroyd.
No, you wouldn't. Man, no, you wouldn't even thought of.
Gilda Radner.
Yes.
Garrett Morrison.
Gary Morrison.
Bill.
John Belushi.
John Belushi. All right.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Well, the teams come back out
what
onto
was his
the
character
field.
in Animal House? His character
Animal?
No, but he actually had his last name too, though. His nickname was Animal, but I thought he had a last name.
I forget. But I know.
As he's going to hand this off to Wilson up the middle, keeps his feet moving.
My man,
brought down.
There you go.
For 9 yards on the play.
About a boom shakalaka. My ladder ding
Doc,
dong.
you give him some YouTube videos or buy him the box set.
Well, I've already given you guys an assignment, Barry Foster.
Yes, sir. I wrote it down.
Barry Foster?
Yes, sir. I want to check out Barry Foster and his moves.
Well, the Buccaneers are going to burn their last time out as we're coming up on 4th down and 1 for the Apaches. 34-22 our score if you're just now tuning in late in the fourth quarter with 1:32 remaining. Well, guys, this has been a great game.
It's been a great game, but, I speak with Coach Mahan weekly on the Coach Mahan show that you can listen to at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Yes,
OBNradio.com. And I can almost guarantee you when we have our session this week, it's going to be the game of miscues.
Yes, sir.
The one that got away. If there was a summary for tonight's game, the game that got away. Brenham, Texas was the site of the Blinn Buccaneers not getting beat, but losing the game.
Wow. Well stated, sir. And correctly stated. I mean, wow.
So
they lost this game.
Mm-hmm. So 4th down and 1. They're going to bring the heavy set in. And they're going to do a quarterback sneak in the middle.
Oh, look at
that.
this.
Was fumbled.
Fumblerooski.
Picked back up.
They did a little Fumblerooski, sir.
It was recovered by the Apaches.
Look at this. Apaches trying to tack on. Wow.
That looked like that was part of the play.
That's a statement, man. That's a statement.
That was a part of the play.
Yeah,
No,
that's
totally
a statement. That's because though Fumble Rooster, you need to look that one up too.
That's another thing.
Nebraska. They did that against Miami in the Orange Bowl. You know,
they know nothing about that.
1983, baby. I said I'm getting.
Yeah.
I'm old. We're old.
Oh yeah, yes, sir. 83. Were you weren't here, sir?
Who? He wasn't here. No, he wasn't here.
I was not here.
No,
I was not here.
no.
I didn't get here to 95.
Him was in heaven.
Him in heaven. For 83, junior year for me.
Well, nonetheless, after that fumble recovery, that's going to be enough for another Apaches first down. The Buccaneers are all out of timeouts. 1:25 to go here in the 4th quarter. And it appears that the Apaches will take a knee, and they will do just that. I think they
Well, while they're taking that knee, let's thank our underwriters and supporters for tonight's broadcast.
Without a doubt, we want to definitely thank Hexair Comfort Solutions, Farmers Insurance Agency with LaTanya Chappell, Bush's Chicken right here in Brenham, Burger Fencing, Landscaping, and more, Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria right here in Brenham, Auto Check in Spring, and Temple Refuge Ministries. 9 a.m. service tomorrow morning.
9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Have your face in the place. If not, you can listen live at KTORradio.com, or you can stay right here at OBNradio.com and check out the Sunday morning service, as this one has come to an end. What a night. Another exceptional job by you two gentlemen. It is just a joy to watch you two work your magic together, and truly thankful.
You made it possible by putting this together, and you make it possible by adding all your flavor to this broadcast.
Well, I don't know about flavor. Just, old guy spitting up every now and then, a little something. But Andre, another job well done, young man. We're going to spare the coaches and the players on tonight because this was a tough one.
Yes, sir.
And I don't even want to regurgitate. I'm going to give Coach a little bit of time to sleep this one off.
He's going to need it.
And we're going to talk a little bit about that. But, guys, give us your assessments of tonight's performance as we wrap this one up. The Blinn Buccaneers falling short to the Apaches here from Brenham College. Brenham City, that means.
Well, it was definitely a competitive game, and that's always going to happen when you got the number 6 ranked team playing against the number 4 ranked team on one particular night. It was a competitive game in the first half. Even in the second half, it appears that the Blinn Buccaneers were in somewhat control of the game in the first half. They kind of let it get away from them in the second half, and you cannot do that when you're playing against the number 4th ranked team, and then specifically the team with the number 5th ranked defense in the country. They just let the ball game get away from them in the second half. And you mentioned it, Mike, miscues in the first half as well as in the second half by the Blinn Buccaneers, and that's definitely going to be costly. That was definitely costly in this ball game.
Absolutely, as both of these teams came in undefeated in their conference. Blinn 4-0 overall. Tyler came in 2-0, 4-0 overall. So Tyler will improve to 5-0 overall. 3-0, more importantly, in conference. The Bucks will drop to 4-1. Now, if you're Mahon and the Bucks, you're going to be looking from the outside, looking in, hoping that someone like Kilgore or Trinity can help you take care of what you should have taken care of, especially here at home.
Those well stated. Should have taken care of it right here on your home turf. We had the opportunity to do so, and as you both alluded to, a tale of two halves. And again, it wasn't enough in the first half, and definitely fell short with miscues and penalties and all these different things that played a part in the second half.
Well, we said that teams are going to come out with fire in the second half. We definitely were wanting to see that fire from Blinn. Blinn. We saw it from Tyler. They came out with that intensity. They were down 13 points. They was down 13, but they came out with that fire and intensity as if the score was 0-0.
Yes, sir.
Now you're listening to the Apaches whoop it up on your field.
On your field.
On your field. And you know, that's why I don't play and that's why I don't coach anymore. But I wouldn't tackle somebody just then.
Oh, you know what? I did that during the game.
No, this isn't necessarily T.O. standing on a star, you know, years ago. But
yeah, you know, it does put you in there. But, you know, that's why, you know, they well-fought game. They did a very good job. So the Bucks are going to have to get this one out of their system because now they got to go on the road. They got to go to Arkansas to take on Arkansas Baptist. Now, Arkansas Baptist is 0-3, but once again, you cannot underestimate another opponent like this. Now, this will be a non-conference game for the Bucks, but it's still going to be a game on how you bounce back after losing a very tough home game such as tonight's case. Then they'll come back to take care of New Mexico, and that would be a conference game. But the two long road trips that these guys got coming up, and it's not going to get any easier from here.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, again, it tells you where you are, how you respond. You know, whether the champions are not getting knocked down, but what you do when you get back up?
You got to get back up. A just man falleth 7 times, but he gets up each and every time, simply meaning that you're going to have some nights like this. You're going to have some days like this. If you cannot let this right now moment affect the rest of your life.
Well, you guys took the words right out of my mouth. It's how you respond to games like this. That's what's going to separate the good players from the great players. How well can you bounce back from a hard-fought, even though it was a loss, but a hard-fought game like this, how well are you going to bounce back next week against Arkansas Baptist College?
Do you want it?
Do you want it?
Can you have it?
Can you have it?
Can you handle it? You understand? But it's really going to be a character test for Coach Mahon and the Bucks as they get ready to regroup after a tough loss on tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, hey, you guys, again, you said it all. What more can I say?
I think we pretty much.
Well, here, I'm gonna date you on it. Say good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie. George Burns.
George Burns. He definitely don't know nothing about that. Oh, my goodness.
Over George's head as well.
Yeah, Jay, give us a recap, man.
Oh, my goodness, man. Well, as we've already stated, guys, you know, definitely a hard-fought game by both teams, specifically for the Blinn Buccaneers. I mean, it'd be different if, you know, the guys like Devin Williams and Carlos Grace played horribly. They didn't play horribly, but again, you just ran into the number 4th ranked team and the number 5th ranked defense in the country. I felt like they were holding their own in that first half. They just kind of got a little complacent a little bit. It definitely kind of got conservative in that second half, and it didn't come out with the fire, with the intensity that they came out with in the first half. And Tyler definitely made them pay for it in that second half to pick up the 37-22 victory on this game.
Yeah, no doubt. It's one of those deals. We got a fan saying hello. Say hi to him, Dre. Just make sure.
Hello. Hi.
So, yeah, you got to always acknowledge the people because without the people, we couldn't do what we do
here.
Yes,
sir. We definitely thank the people.
Yes, sir. So, but you have a situation to where this was one of those games that was really, really a test, an opportunity for the Bucks to separate themselves. They came up a little bit short. Does it mean it's the end of your season? No. What it does mean that for lack of being overconfident or arrogant, more than likely the Bucks are going to make the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
Now that's just a matter of you being at home or going on the road.
Yes, sir.
That's how big this game was tonight.
Yes, sir. And as we saw in that second half, when we talk about being conservative, you have too many offensive weapons for that. You know, I know you got the big guy, Carlos Grace, has been pretty much doing the dirty work for you offensively. He is, you know, one of the reasons how you've got here thus far, but you have Devin Williams, who's not only great through the air, but he's also great on his feet. He only took off 3 times this entire ball game, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Only 3 times.
Yes, sir.
And you have the wide receiver Quinn Newton as well. You got all these offensive weapons. No way should you have been conservative against the number 4 ranked team in the nation.
Well, no doubt about it. And speaking of, we got some pretty interesting games coming up in the Power 5. In particular of the Big 12. Number 15 ranked Oklahoma State is on top of Texas Tech by the score of 34-27 with 14:53 in the fourth quarter. That one is just getting on the way. The Baylor Bears still struggling. They fell to Kansas State by the score of 33-20. And, of course, you had Texas over Iowa State 17-7 on Thursday night. We'll try to roll over here to the SEC. I know we got a lot of people that try to keep up with those Aggies, and we at the halftime they were trailing 10-6. We're going to give you how they're doing right now, and it looks like the Aggies are trying to hold on with 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, 24-17 over South Carolina. Ole Miss could not handle the Roll Tide. Roll Tide victorious at halftime right now, 35-3. Vanderbilt ends up losing to Florida, 38-24. You had New Mexico and Arkansas. Arkansas 42-24 over New Mexico. Georgia 41, Tennessee 0. And you have Eastern Michigan falling short to Kentucky 24-20. Mississippi State had no answers for Auburn, losing by the score of 40-10. And the upset of the day, Troy takes care of LSU by the score of 24-21, and they're going to be talking about that one for quite some time as we'll roll right into the Southwestern Athletic Conference to give you some scores. Of course, we know that Prairie View was victorious over Jackson State at home, pretty much no problem winning that one by the score of 38-9. You have Grambling 31-20 wins over Clark out Atlanta. We mentioned Jackson State losing to Prairie View 38-9. You have Mississippi Valley got handled by Charleston 58-7. Fort Valley fell short to Southern University 31-14. Arkansas Pine Bluff falling short to Alabama A&M 27-14. And you had Alcorn victorious over Texas Southern on Friday night action. I know that sounds strange, by the score of 24-17. And last but not least, over into the MEAC, you have some finals rolling in there. Savannah State lost 24-12 to Bethune-Cookman. You have North Carolina Central 21 over South Carolina State 21-7, and Thursday night saw the North Carolina A&T 21 and Florida A&M 14. And Dre, that is going to give us all of our high school, regional, and somewhat national coverage for tonight. Blinn falling short here tonight. Not what you wanted to have, but it's part of the grind.
Absolutely, and as we mentioned before, it's pretty much likely that the Blinn Buccaneers will make the playoffs, but as you said before, this game will be the deciding factor as to whether or not you will have home field advantage into the playoffs, but this is all about how you're going to bounce back next week when you take on Arkansas Baptist College.
Arkansas Baptist, and then from there it will be New Mexico Military, and then our next broadcast will actually be October 28th, homecoming, as they will host Northeastern Oklahoma A&M right here, and it's going to be an early kickoff, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Of course, we'll be right here to give you the play-by-play action as it unfolds. The Bucks fall short, but they shall rise again. We want to thank all of you that listen from near and far. I want to thank my good friend, Brother Lee Hall, who's traveling back to Mississippi right now, coming from North Carolina, South Carolina, wherever he was. My friend, travel safe, and Godspeed be with you. And our prayers and thoughts go out to the Jackson family. They lost a loved one, and just goes to remind us and show us that coaches get emotional too. Heard a slamming of the door from one of the coaches' booth, but that's just the way it goes. Our time is up. On behalf of Mr. Kendall Cobb, Andre Davis, and our lovely, lovely Jordan Kennott, thank Jordan enough, and yours truly, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. And we want to thank Blinn Buccaneer Administrative Department and the Athletic Department for allowing us to bring you the coverage here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. That is going to bring us to the end of our broadcast on this evening. We thank you all so much for joining us. And as always, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.